and provide you with quality, affordable custom gear. Only Kilpatrick Creations on Brundage Street in downtown Sheridan can do this for you.
This is Terry Winnup with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Ernie Rodolini Field, Trooper Stadium. Casper strikes first in the top half of the first inning, getting an RBI ground out from Hunter Houck. That allows Eric Whitley to come around to score to make it a 1-0 ball game. Troopers will look to answer in the top half, or the bottom half of the first, I should say. Casper will have Trig Behrens on the bump here in this first game of the two-day triangular. Leading off for the Troopers will be Tyler Hutton, the center fielder. After him, it'll be Cale Hamrick, the shortstop, and then Avin Barney, the three-hole hitter, playing out in right field here today. We'll see what the Troopers can do if they can answer back here and get a little good small ball runs themselves as well. Maybe not, they don't even need small ball runs. Maybe a double in left center gap, right center gap, down the line, something like that. That'd be perfect as well. We'll see what they can do. Catcher throws it down, get things going here in the bottom half of the first. And Hutton, the lefty, getting ready to set up over there in that left-handed box, wearing his red helmet. Very good matching red helmet for the Troopers colorway, obviously. I always appreciate that. Good colorway matches with the other stuff on the uniform. Always looks good. Behrens is ready to go. Hutton stepping in the box, and here we go. First pitch from Behrens. He throws it. That one swung on, fouled, third base side, out of play. Hutton tagged that one pretty well, though. Out of play all the way, but definitely got the barrel to it. He was a little bit late, obviously, but got the barrel to it. So an 0-1 count, long strike to Hutton. Here comes the 0-1. That one just a bit outside, making it a 1-1 count. So 1-1 count now to Hutton. And here comes that one way outside. If Hutton was a righty, that would have hit him. So now a 2-1 count to the leadoff hitter for the Troopers. And here it comes. That one swung on, dribbled first, right back to the pitcher. That's going to get through past the shortstop as well for a single for Tyler Hutton to start things off. Saw a fastball, just hit it right back up the middle. Little bouncer, thanks to the turf as well. Didn't lose too much speed, and through the middle of the infield, and that allows Hutton to get on base. Leadoff man and the center fielder, he's definitely got some speed to steal a bag if needed. And that's going to bring up Cale Hamrick as well. Hutton gets a nice big lead over there at first base. And any chance he gets, I would be expecting him to go and pick off, move over to first, but Hutton's back in time. Hutton again gets his big lead. Hutton only one steal on the season so far, but again, he's always looking. Here comes the first pitch to Hamrick. That one's outside for ball one. Yeah, only one steal on one attempt for Hutton. Hamrick hitting .235 on the season so far with a .381 on base percentage. And another pickoff move towards Hutton at first base, but Hutton back in time again. Hamrick still looking for his first extra base hit of the season. He's got 4 hits, 4 RBI. 3 runs come in, but no extra base hits yet. Here comes the 1-0 to Hamrick. No steal there. That one's dribbled third base side. It's going to be fielded cleanly over to second base to get Hutton, and not in time to get Hamrick. Tried to turn the double play there, but they only get the fielder's choice.
Up next for Sheridan, right fielder, number 23, Avin Barney.
It's going to bring up Avin Barney, the right fielder. And that's going to bring up Avin Barney, the right fielder, another lefty. So Hutton and Hamrick essentially just swap places. Hamrick on first base now as well. Hamrick has a couple of one stolen base on the season as well, so he's looking to go, possibly. A lot of speed on this Trooper team, especially at the top half of the lineup. Here comes the first pitch to Barney. He squares around a bunt. That's a high, and he pulls back. That'll make it ball one. So 1-0 count to Barney. He's squaring around already, and pickoff move over to Hamrick, but Hamrick back in time. Barney pulled around, or squared around a bunt real early. Basically told him, hey, this is what I'm doing. And squaring around again. Pulls it back this time, swinging and a miss by Barney. It's always an awkward play if you're a batter up there. Squaring around, then pulling it back, and then trying to swing again is always something that I never enjoy doing. Feels really awkward. It's a 1-1 count now to Barney. Barney hitting .250 on the season so far this year, .286 on base percentage. And that one swung on, fouled. Third base side out of play as well. Barney with 1 double on the season as well, and 1 RBI. Now in a pitcher's count as well, a 1-2 count to the lefty. Hamrick over there gets his lead. Maybe have the steal sign on here on the 1-2. And there he goes. That one swung on, fouled back. Keep it a 1-2 count as Hamrick was going. Just a 7-inning game today. So it's out of conference. They only do the 9 innings for conference games. So we see a lot of 7-inning games, only a couple of 9-inning games. And a lot of these triangular games, obviously, are going to be 7 innings. And I think they only do 7-inning games during the state tournament, if I remember correctly, as well, which is kind of weird. Here comes the 1-2 to Barney. That one swung on, hit third base side again, but that's going to land foul. A lot of foul balls over there on the third base side. Just a little bit late, this Trooper lineup so far today against Trig Barons, the pitcher for Casper. But again, they're getting barreled the ball. They're just a little bit behind it. So it stays a 1-2 count for Barney. Trying to get Hamrick into scoring position. And another pickoff move, but Hamrick back in time. Almost got away from the first baseman, but he got a hold of it. There's Hunter Hauk over there at first base. Good job by him, keeping that in front of him. One-two count to Barney, 1 out here in the inning. And here it comes from Barons. Hamrick going, nope, faked the steal. That one's fouled off first base side this time. Good at bat by Barney. Working the pitches. Lots of foul balls, getting a lot of pitches here from Barons. The more pitches you see, if you're a batter, the better off you are. The odds kind of drastically go into your favor the more pitches you see in one single at bat. So still a 1-2 count to Barney. And here it comes. That one swung on, fouled off again by Barney. Good job. Hamrick not going that time. He was staying at first. Barney checking his third base coach, getting signs down there. Hamrick gets his lead. Another pickoff move, and he was caught out a little bit, but back in time. Hamrick started his move over to second base, but the pickoff move almost got him. He had to jump back, but he got back in time. Barons with a pretty solid pickoff move. Very quick. Here comes the 1-2 again. That one swung on, dribbled up, back up the middle. It's going to allow shortstop to grab it, throw it over to first base. A double play gets Casper out of the inning. So after that long at-bat, Barney dribbles one up the middle, and shortstop Cody Pexton fields it himself, touches second base, throws over to first for the 6-3 unassisted double play, and gets Casper out of the inning. So none come across. 3 batters come to the plate for the Troopers. We'll head to the top of the second. Oilers leading 1-0. You're listening to Trooper Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Loans can help people when they need money. Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union makes loans. So does that mean Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union helps people? You bet it does. That's what it's all about. When you're a credit union member, that means you're also an owner. Practically anyone in the Sheridan area can be a member by becoming a customer. At Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union, located at 141 South Gould, member NCUA, equal housing lender.
If you have employees coming to stay for an extended time in Sheridan, make them feel at home with a room at the Candlewood Suites. These extended stay rooms feature fully equipped kitchens, including a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding view of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll have more than just a room. They'll feel right at home. Call 307-675-2100.
Loans can help people when they need money. Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union makes loans. So does that mean Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union helps people? You bet it does. That's what it's all about. When you're a credit union member, that means you're also an owner. And practically anyone in the Sheridan area can be a member by becoming a customer. At Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union, located at 141 South Gould, member NCUA, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
So Ryan Devereaux comes to the plate, the 5-hole hitter, the DH, and first pitch he sees, he puts it out into right field for a single. Good start to his day. He's got essentially one job as the DH. You go up there, get on base, and he is 1 for 1 now on the day, so good start. That's going to bring up the 6-hole hitter, Brody Parks, playing second base. Runner on first, no outs now. As the Oilers looking to put maybe another run across here in the top half of the second inning. Comes the first pitch to Parks, the squared around bunts, and that's a strike as Parks could not get it down. Got by him, and he could not get it down. So an 0-1 count to second baseman Brody Parks. Devereaux over there at first base likes to get a big secondary lead. That one fouled off by Parks. First base side out of play. Got Parks over there at first. Devereaux over there at first base. Kind of doing a short first lead and then gets a big secondary lead. So we'll see if he gets the sign to go here. Here comes the 0-2, swung on and missed. Good pitch out of the zone. That's Parks went and chased for out number 1. So 1 run across for Casper, but Maestri done a pretty good job. 3 strikeouts already, and he's only seen 6 batters. This is his 7th. Jack Nichols come to the plate, the right fielder. Just a couple of pass balls have hurt him a little bit as he tries to pick off Devereaux over there at first, but he's back in time. First pitch for Nichols. And here it comes. That one outside, good stop by Phillips. Keep it in front of him. That one was in the dirt. Phillips had to dive over there to the left-sided batter's box to keep that in front of him. It's a good block. But a 1-0 count, nonetheless. Another pickoff move over to first. Lots of pickoffs we've seen already. Keeping him honest. Devereaux gets his lead again over there at first base, and here comes the pitch. Runner going and pops out of the mid of Phillips, and that's going to allow Devereaux to get to second base safely. Go down as a stolen base for Devereaux. Now a runner in scoring position again for Casper. Kind of a similar situation as the top half of the first inning. So 1-1 count now to Nichols. And here it comes. In there for strike two. Good breaking ball that broke back over the zone for strike two. Got the brothers over there at shortstop and second base for the Troopers. Tanner, Cale Hamrick. Have to imagine their communication is probably as good as anybody's on the team. Here comes the 1-2. That one outside. Phillips blocks it nicely. Thrown out to third base. And in time is Devereaux over there at first base. Third base. So a good block by Phillips, but Devereaux had a good jump there. Right when that ball hit the dirt, Devereaux was going, and he was at third base, no problem. So now runner on third. Again, similar to the last top half of the inning. Runner on third, one out. 2-2 count now to Nichols. And that one low and outside, make it a 3-2 count. Devereaux getting a monster secondary lead at third base when that pitch is thrown. Have to imagine Phillips maybe throwing back down over to third base, but Reeson playing in a little bit, so maybe not. Here comes the 3-2 again. That one swung on, fouled off, first base side out of play. At Devereaux down there at third base, he's coming, if the base paths are 90 feet apart, he's probably coming about 20 feet down the third base line. I mean, he's getting a big secondary lead at third base. Try to be ready for a pass ball. Here comes the 3-2 again. That one swung on and missed. Good pitch by Maestri. Another strikeout on his book. So now 4 strikeouts on 7 hitters seen, but still trailing 1-0. Holden Christensen coming to the plate now. Catcher for Casper. 2 out now here in the top half of the second. Here comes the first pitch. Christensen sees that one outside. Get another good block by Phillips again. Here comes the 1-0. That one swung on, popped right field. Could be trouble. It's going to go foul, though. Never mind. That one out of play. That was a little bit kind of blooped, a little trailing bloop over the right side in right field, and that's not an easy play if you're right fielder, but it ran out of space there into foul territory. So a 1-1 count now to Holden Christensen. And here it comes from Maestri. That one swung on, popped first base side again, and that one's going to get out of play as well. So now 1-2 count for Maestri. Good strikeout position again. He's put himself in. Here comes the 1-2. That one a little bit low. Another good solid block there by Phillips. And Phillips has shown some good blocks, but he's let a couple get by him as well. It's allowed some runs come across. But other than that, I mean, he's doing a pretty good job back there. A couple good blocks. Here comes the 2-2. That one inside for ball 3. So now Christensen worked himself back into a full count with the 9-hole hitter Thomas Stokes sitting on deck. Comes the payoff from Maestri. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So a little unconventional striking out of the side. He sees 4 batters, strikes out 3, and Oilers were threatening, but none come across. Still a 1-0 ball game as we head to the bottom half of the second. Troopers coming to the plate. You're listening to Trooper Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO.
Do you have family coming to town and not enough room in your home to accommodate them? Book them a room at the Candlewood Suites in Sheridan. They'll enjoy features like fully equipped kitchens that include a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding views of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll feel right at home. Call the Candlewood Suites 307-675-2100.
Moss Holders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Moss Holders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Moss Holders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Moss Holders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Moss Holders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season.
This is State Senator Dave Kinski, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Ernie Rodolini Field, Trooper Stadium. Still a 1-0 ball game as we head here into the bottom half of the second inning. Troopers going to bring up 4, 5, 6 in the lineup. Tyler Reeson, Frankie Maestri, and then Blaine Phillips to start things off here. Trig Barons still on the bump. I would imagine, I guess it kind of depends on the philosophy of each team, obviously, but it's still early in the season, so I'm expecting to see quite a bit of pitchers with this triangular for both teams, the Troopers obviously in particular, because it is early. You want to see how many arms you got, confident arms that you got here early in the season, and try to work them up into positions where they can get into more prominent starting situations, save situations, hold situations, all that sort of stuff for here early in the season. So I'm imagining this triangular with how many games the Troopers are going to have, 4 games over the next 2 days. I would imagine we see a lot of pitchers here in these 2 days. But we'll see. Tyler Reeson up to the plate. He's ready to go. And first pitch he sees a little bit high for ball 1. Reeson with kind of a right-hander's version of Luis Gonzalez's stance. If you don't know who I'm talking about, look him up. Second pitch he sees, catches the top half of the zone for strike 1. He's got his front leg wide open and way out in front of him. And he brings it in close when he's ready to hit. Barron steps off. One count now to Reeson. That one low and outside for ball 2. I would be blown away if Tyler Reeson, he probably knows who Luis Gonzalez is, but I would be blown away if he ever saw Luis Gonzalez play. Because I didn't see Luis Gonzalez play. 2-1 hits Tyler Reeson, so he'll get on base. Not thrilled with that, obviously. Nobody likes to get hit, but he's on. So you are rewarded. So the hit by pitch will bring up Frankie Maestri. Maestri, the pitcher for the Troopers today, already got 5 strikeouts, according to my book here, on the bump. Looking to help himself out here a little bit as well. Coming to the plate as the 5-hole hitter. Reeson with the lead over there at first base. And first pitch, Maestri sees is high for ball 1. Maestri hasn't had a whole lot of opportunities at the plate so far this year. Only 8 official plate appearances. Hitting .333 though, in 6 at-bats, 8 plate appearances. He's got a single and a double on the season. 2 walks as well. Comes the 1-0. Nope. Pickoff over to first base, but Reeson back in time. One 1-0 count now to Maestri. That one high and inside as well for ball 2. So good start for the Troopers hitters. Working a couple of difficult counts here for Barons. Reeson obviously hit by pitch, and now 2 straight balls to Frankie Maestri. Here comes the 2-0. That one outside as well for ball 3. So the Troop looking to jump out with a good opportunity here. 3-0 count out of Maestri. Maestri almost certainly with the take side all the way here. Pickoff move towards Reeson at first base, but Reeson back in time. ton of pickoff moves here early in the day. Ton. I think we've probably had close to 10. Here comes the 3-0. That one high and inside for ball 4. Kind of a late call. And Maestri didn't start running. So high and inside for ball 4. Now runners on first and second. No outs here in the bottom half of the second inning for the Troop. And they are threatening. Got Blaine Phillips coming to the plate now. We're going to have a little conversation from the manager coming up to Trig Barons over on the mound. Hey, how you doing? How's breakfast sitting? What did you have? That sort of thing. I always turn to food when we talk about this. I don't know why. It is early, though. They probably had breakfast. I don't know. I would assume they drove over here earlier today. Which means it was probably early. So they probably got breakfast on the road. So imagining they went, got some McDonald's breakfast, maybe a couple burritos, McDonald's burritos, something like that, a couple hash browns. Who knows? But he's probably going up there, hey, how's that sitting? You know, you doing all right? And then right after that, he says, all right, calm down. We can do this. No big deal. Force outs, first, second, and third base. There is a possibility to get out of this. Blaine Phillips up to the plate now for the Troopers, the catcher. Lefty as well. Bunch of lefties in this lineup for the Troopers today. Probably more lefties than they will see throughout this season. They probably have the most lefties, and I'm purely guessing at this point, of anybody that they will see in Wyoming. First pitch to Phillips is in there for strike one. So the little manager conversation seemed to work out the jitters a little bit there, at least to start for Barons. As Blaine Phillips sees strike one. Here comes the 0-1 to Phillips. He squares around a bunt. That one's high and outside for ball one. Nowhere close. That one to the strike zone. Phillips had a pretty good season. He's had a lot of games as the team's kind of not necessarily the sole catcher, but the clear number one catcher behind the plate. He's got 13 at-bats, 16 plate appearances. He's hitting .538 on the season, 6 singles and 1 double. Here comes the 1-1 here. Scores around again. That time pulls back again. That one's high for ball 2. So good job by Phillips pulling that bat away on anything that's not close to the strike zone. If you're a kid looking to play baseball, learn how to bunt. Make him throw you a strike. And then you get it down. Just, one of the easiest jobs to do. It's a little scary, obviously, but it's one of the easiest jobs to do in baseball. Here comes the 2-1 to Phillips. He squares around again, lays down a bunt that goes foul. So now it'll be a 2-2 count, and Phillips more than likely going to be swinging away here. Can't imagine he squares around on a 2-strike count. But we will see. Runners on first and second still for the Troopers. No outs. Barons gets his sign, and he is ready to go. Here comes the 2-2. That one low and inside. And then runner going, Reeson over at second base. He gets to third. It was a good stop by the catcher behind home plate, Holden Christensen. And Reeson got a pretty solid jump, though, and he gets over to third base with the throw coming down. I'll put that down as a stolen base in my scorebook for Tyler Reeson. So now at third base, Tyler Reeson. Frankie Maestri over at first. First and third situation for the defense. And Phillips ready to go on a 3-2 count. And now Barron's getting his side ready to go as well. Maestri got some speed over at first base as well. Might see him steal. Here comes the 3-2. Nope, pickoff over towards Maestri at first base, but back in time. Again, ton of pickoffs. A lot of pickoffs so far here today. None necessarily very close either. A lot of warnings, if you will. So 3-2 count. Phillips ready to go. Barron's ready to go. Here it comes. Swung on, fell right back into the screen. So that'll keep it a 3-2 count. After Phillips will be Riley Green, left fielder. He's sitting ready to go on the on-deck circle. First and third situation again here for the defense. I would have to imagine if you're Casper, you're probably just taking a double play all the way here. Let the runner come home. Runner going, though, Maestri, and he is going to get there easily after Phillips swings and misses for strike 3. Seemed like a hit and run there, and Phillips just swung and missed. But it doesn't matter. Second and third now, 1 out. Good amount of damage can be done here by Riley Green. If he gets one in the gap, possibly, even if he gets one down, make sure he got enough speed. He can come around and score if one drops in front of the center fielder or left fielder out there. So 1 out here in the inning. First pitch that Green sees. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Riley Green so far this season a little bit cold at the plate. 14 plate appearances. He's only hitting 100. Batting average, 250 on base percentage. A little bit cold so far this season. Does have 2 RBIs on the season, though. Looking to get one more here right now. Here comes the 0-1 to Green. Curveball didn't break all the way back into the zone, so that'll be a ball 1. Left it high and inside. Pretty solid start for both these pitchers today. No, not letting too many through in terms of free bases, walks, and whatnot. Got 1 hit batsman. That was Reeson. And from what I see, Maestri has not. He's allowed 1 walk. 1 walk so far today. So 2 free bases. Here comes the 1-1. That one low and outside for ball 2. It's a pretty solid pitch by Barons, but not called by the home plate umpire. Another hitter's count here for Green. 2-1 count. Looking to get another RBI across for the Troopers, make it a 1-1 ball game. And if he gets one out in the gap, possibly a 2-1 ball game. Here comes the 2-1. Swung on. That was a check swing. Went around, though. 2-2 count now to Riley Green. So a 2-2 count now to Riley Green. Runners on second and third, 1 out. And here it comes. That one high and outside for ball 3. So a 3-2 count now to Riley Green. 1 down here in the inning. Runners on second and third. Walk or knock here. Here it comes. That one in there for strike 3. Catches the outside corner. Good pitch by Barons. Nothing that Green could really do with it. And he goes down looking for out number 2. Not a situation you want to go down looking at. So starting off the inning with a couple of base runners, Reeson and Maestri both get on. They're sitting on second and third base. 2 back-to-back Ks by Phillips and Green. That's going to bring up Lath Brown, the first baseman. Try to bring home a runner, even the score. First pitch that Brown sees is outside for ball 1. So 1-0 count now to Brown. And here it comes. That one swung on. A little check swing, but it was in there nonetheless for strike 1. Got a little ahead of myself. I said swung on, but a little check swing. It was in there nonetheless, though. It was a strike. So a 1-1 count now to Brown. The first baseman for the Troopers here today in this first game of 4 games for the Troopers this weekend. And we get time from Lath. He's going to mellow himself out a little bit. And he's ready to go. As Behrens gets his sign, ready to go in the stretch. And here it comes. That one outside for ball 2. So 2-1 count to the 8-hole hitter, Lath Brown. Runner still on second and third for the Troopers. And this would be a big missed opportunity. Runners on second and third, no outs. Here comes the 2-1, now 2 outs. And that one gets through for strike 2. So 2-2 count, 2 outs now for Lath Brown. Looking to battle. Foul him off. Put one into right field if possible. Score at least 1 run. Behrens is ready to go. And here comes the 2-2. Swung on, fouled back. Right back into the screen back here. So it'll make it still a 2-2 count. Troopers have done a pretty good job making Behrens work. Lots of pitches thrown for him. I don't have the pitch counter on me, but I have to imagine he's getting up there. Probably closer to 40, I would imagine. Here comes the 2-2. That one outside. Good stop by Christensen to keep that in front of him. Had to dive all the way over the left-handed batter's box, and he keeps that in front of him. Doesn't allow any runners to come home. Make it a 3-2 count. So 3-2 count to Lath Brown. Walker knock here opportunity. 2 outs here. Runners on second and third. Here comes the 3-2. Swung on, fouled off behind the screen. No damage I can see from our windows out here. I think we're okay. I'm always prepared to hear the scary sound of a windshield or something like that. Lath Brown steps out again. Been a long at bat for Lath Brown. Three-two count now to Lath. That one low and outside, works a walk. So good job by Lath. Get on base. Now bases are loaded for the Troopers, and that's going to bring to the plate Tanner Hamrick. Second baseman for the Troopers. Good at bat there by Lath Brown. Got to 2 strikes, batted a couple off, fouled a couple off, and then worked a walk to get over to first base. Now bases are loaded, 2 outs here in the bottom half of the second inning. Another time by Tanner Hamrick. Comes the first pitch to Hamrick. He swings and misses. It's strike 1. Hamrick so far this season, 19 plate appearances, hitting .211, the .211 on base percentage. He's got 3 RBI. Second pitch he sees is in there for strike 2. So a quick 0-2 count to Hamrick. Hamrick still without a walk this season as well. Tanner Hamrick without a walk this season. 7 strikeouts. He's also got 3 RBI. So an 0-2 count here comes to Tanner. Swung on, fouled off, back into the net. The Troopers looking to do some damage here. Bases loaded. There's a big opportunity. No outs. Runners on second and third. And it's kind of halted a little bit. Here comes the 0-2. That one outside for ball one. Another good stop by Holden Christensen behind home plate. I keep wanting to call him Hayden Christensen, and that would be incorrect. Hayden Christensen played Anakin in Star Wars. And that is not who is behind home plate for the Casper Oilers. So 1-2 count. That one outside as well. I get a 2-2 count. Job by Hamrick working back into this count. Here comes the 2-2 to Hamrick. That one outside as well for ball three. So Hamrick worked himself back from an 0-2 count, now a 3-2 count. And a walk will get you an RBI if you're Tanner Hamrick. Here comes the 3-2 to Tanner. Swung on, popped, shallow center field. And center fielder's going to hold up under it and make the play. So the Oilers get out of it. No runs come across after the Troopers get 2 on to start the inning, and then 2 straight strikeouts, and then a fly out to center field for Tanner Hamrick. Keeps it a 1-0 ball game. We'll head to the top half of the third inning. You're listening to Trooper Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Have you been in to see Sheridan YO sports cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
You know what they say, if you're not first, you're last. For all your plumbing demands, choose A+ Plumbers and Appliance Repair. Commercial, residential, new construction, remodel jobs, and all repairs in between. A+ Plumbers and Appliance Repair, because they are number one in a number two business. Call 672-9454. That's 672-9454.
Hi. I'm County Commissioner Christy Haswell, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
So Troopers were threatening there in the bottom half of the second inning. They had runners on second and third with no outs, but none come across, no runs come across, and it's still a 1-0 ball game. Casper Oilers leading. They scored back in the top half of the first off of an RBI groundout from Hunter Houck. And now coming to the plate for Casper, it's going to be 9-1-2. Thomas Stokes, the 9-hole hitter, playing left field, will lead things off. Then back to the top of the order for Casper, Cody Pexton, and then Eric Whitley. Maestri still on the bump for the Troop. Done a pretty good job so far. He's got 5 strikeouts in the first 2 innings pitched. So a very strong start so far for Maestri. Thomas Stokes ready to go. Here it comes. First pitch he sees inside for ball one. Nearly hits him. Has to get out of the way of that one. Here comes the 1-0. That one in there for strike one. That one swung on and missed. Maestri gets one by Stokes for strike two. There's a very clear difference in terms of how much faster these pitchers move. Maestri a lot quicker as we watch ball two go outside. Maestri a lot quicker and Barons for Casper. Works a lot slower comparatively. 2-2 count now from Maestri to Stokes. Swung on, dribbled towards second baseman Tanner Hamrick. He fields it cleanly, throws over to first for out number 1. Simple little dribbler over there for Tanner. Seen those probably a gazillion times. Fields it cleanly, throws it over to first for out number 1. This can bring up the top of the order for Casper. Cody Pexton, the shortstop. He struck out first time he came to the plate. Back at the top half of the first. And the first pitch he sees here in there for strike 1. He has seen 4 straight strikes now. Pexton has. His 2 at-bats. Here comes the 0-1 from Maestri. That one a little bit low and outside for ball 1. Again, Phillips behind the plate. Couple good stops, but he's having a little difficulty with maybe it's his glove or something. He doesn't have his glove or hasn't worked it in yet, but he's having a little difficulty fielding it with his actual glove. The 1-1 a little bit low and inside for ball 2. He's had a couple of pass balls get by his glove, a couple drop out of his glove. But he's blocking them really well. Here comes the 2-1. That one a little bit low and outside for ball 3. It has cooled off pretty immensely as the sun has dropped behind the clouds here. As that one's dribbled right towards Cale Hamrick at shortstop. He fields it cleanly, throw over to first for out number 2. So the Hamrick brothers with the 2 putouts so far in this top half of the third. That's going to bring up Eric Whitley, who's the lone run of the game so far today. Came around to score in the top half of the first after he walked, and he moved to second and third on a couple pass balls. Here comes the first pitch he sees outside for ball 1. Came around to score on an RBI ground out from Hunter Houck. Make it a 1-0 ball game for the Oilers. Here comes the 1-0. That one bounced. Big bounce. Right in front of home plate. So a 2-0 count. Messed up the grip or something like that on that pitch from Maestri. I don't know if it hit Daniels or not, the home plate umpire, but he was dodged out of the way of that one. I'm being told it did hit him by our producer. Must have hit him in the arm or something like that. That's not fun. Right in the old forearm. So 2-0 count now from Maestri. Here it comes. That one swung on, hit right back up the middle for a base hit for Cody Pexton. And he takes the big turn at first, but staying over there at first for a single in his second. Or excuse me, that's Eric Whitley, not Cody Pexton. I apologize. Eric Whitley with a single. So he's been on twice today. He's 1 for 1 officially, but worked a walk in his first at bat. And now a hard hit single up the middle. That's going to bring up Hunter Houck. 3-hole hitter for Casper. Playing first base. Here comes the first pitch he sees. Swung on and missed. Good pitch on the inside corner from Maestri. An 0-1 count to Houck. Pickoff move over towards first base, but Whitley had barely moved, so easy get back there. 2 outs here in the inning. Casper still leading 1-0. Runner on first. As Houck is ready to go, and here comes the pitch from Maestri. That one in there for a strike. Runner going, but way overthrown by Phillips. Run down by Cale Hamrick, though. This is a backup. I think even if that got there, Whitley was there. He had a pretty good jump. So Houck ready to go. 0-2 count towards Houck. It's his closed stance. Here comes the 0-2. That one a little bit low for ball 1. 1-2 count now to Hauk. And here it comes. Nope, step off. Step off by Hauk. Had a little meeting there by Phillips as well to Maestri. Get the signs worked up a little bit more. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on, foul tipped into the glove of Phillips. That'll go down as a strikeout. So Maestri works out of a little bit of a jam there with another strikeout on his book. None come across for the Oilers. They leave one on. You're listening to Trooper Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Planning for a busy summer tourism season? Be prepared for extra business with First Federal Bank and Trust Cash Management Solutions. Our local cash management experts will help you streamline your cash flow and minimize risk so you can focus on delivering exceptional service to your customers. Visit efirstfederal.bank to contact our cash management team today. Make this summer your best yet with the help of First Federal Bank and Trust, Sheridan's only mutual bank. Member FDIC.
It's been said that for every dollar spent at a locally owned business, it returns 3 times as much income into the local economy. Hi, this is Mandolin Meyer from Hospital Pharmacy West. The money you spend with a locally owned business stays in our community longer. It's just another way to recycle and help our community. When you shop local, we all win. Thank you from all of us at Hospital Pharmacy West.
Hometown pharmacy, hometown care at Hospital Pharmacy West.
Hi, this is Ken Balkenbush with Prime Rate Motors and Super Trailer Store, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Trooper Baseball. Troopers down 1-0 here at Ernie Rodolini Field, Trooper Stadium. Give a shout out to Visionary Broadband. Our coverage is brought to you in part by Visionary Broadband. Fast, reliable internet service, keeping Sheridan connected. Visionary, internet built for the West. You can call them today at 888-682-1884. 1884, good year. Washington Monument finished in 1884. Adventures of Huckleberry Finn came out in 1884 by Mark Twain. Good year. Oilers ready to go. Troopers ready to go here in the bottom half of the third. Still down 1-0. They got the top of the lineup coming up. Tyler Hutton. He reached on a single his first at-bat. Got caught in a 6 unassisted double play over at second base. First pitch he sees in his second bat is outside for ball 1. And that one fouled off first base side out of play. Over towards the house on the first base side that probably has a collection of baseballs that we would only dream of having. Here comes the 1-1. That one a little bit high for ball 2. But imagine the house over there on the first base side. Have you ever come to Trooper Stadium? I'm saying the first base side. I mean the third base side. I apologize. But there's houses on the third base side, and there's one house in particular that seemingly gets all the foul balls. That one lined into the center field by Hutton for a base hit. So a good solid day for Hutton so far today. 2 singles to get him on base. And if you're the Troopers, that's all you want Hutton to do because he's got the speed to get to second base on stolen bases. So if he can get on base by walk, single, it's all you're looking for. As I was saying, the house over on the third base side, he probably has a collection of baseballs like James Earl Jones' character from The Sandlot has at the end of that movie, where he's just got a hole full of balls. Cale Hamrick up to the plate now for the Troopers. He scores around a bunt and tries to lay one down, goes foul. It was up in the air. Could have probably been caught, but out in foul territory on the third base side, out of reach of the third baseman over there, Saxton Smith. Hamrick a little upset with himself he didn't lay that one down. So an 0-1 count to Hamrick. Cale Hamrick. I got to start saying his first name because he got a brother, Tanner Hamrick, obviously, as well. So Cale Hamrick reached on a fielder's choice. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on and missed by Cale. So a quick 0-2 count to Cale Hamrick. As Hutton over there getting his lead. I would imagine Hutton on the 0-2 count probably going unless we see another pickoff move by Barons. And here comes the 0-2 no runner. Didn't get that one right. That one's high, though, to Hamrick for ball 1. So 1-2 count to Cale Hamrick. And a pickoff move over to first base, but Hutton's back in time, no problem. The wind has really picked up here, coming from right center field, kind of in our faces. And it has cooled things off. I wish I was sitting in the sun. Here comes the 1-2, Hutton going. That one lined into right field and going to hang up for the right fielder. And they're going to have a double play possibility to Hutton, and they get it back in time. So the hit and run, stolen base hit and run, does not work for the Troopers. Hamrick hit that ball well, but that's kind of just how the cookie crumbles sometimes, especially in baseball. Hit that ball in the perfect spot, but the right fielder played it very well. Hutton was basically on second base when that baseball was caught, and that gets him stuck in a double play. That's a weird one to write down in the scorebook. Put him down for an F9, and then 9-3 DP for Hutton. So now 2 outs. Avin Barney coming to the plate for the Troopers. No one on. And first pitch he sees, the lefty inside for ball 1. Yeah, that was hit very well for Cale Hamrick. Just unfortunate the right fielder was playing that perfectly. It was a line drive tailing towards the right side, and the right fielder out there played that well. It's a 2-0 count now to Hamrick, or Barney, as he watches that one low for ball 1, or ball 2. We are expecting a little possibility of rain today. We're hoping the Troopers can dodge that. Here comes the 2-0. That one fouled off first base side, out of play. There was an expectation of rain here possibly in the afternoon, and if the Troopers can dodge that, get 2 games in, they'll be very happy about that. Earlier in the week, it was about a 70 to 80% chance, and it dropped down to about a 40% chance as of yesterday. So, hoping the Troopers can dodge that. Here comes the 2-1 to Barney. That one a little bit inside for ball 3. That was a good pitch, but a little bit inside. Barron's been able to get himself out of a couple jams here today with some timely double plays, strikeouts. And that one dribbled towards the first baseman. That'll hold up very easily for the first baseman. Just step on first base for out number 3 for a 3 unassisted, and that will get the Oilers out of the inning. And they'll come back up to the plate, leading 1-0 as we head to the top half of the 4th. You're listening to Trooper Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Hi, this is Nicole Christensen with First Bank of Wyoming. Our team is always looking for ways to make a positive impact and invest in the communities we serve. Whether it's through volunteering with nonprofits, serving on local boards, or sponsoring organizations and events throughout the area, we are committed to helping our local communities and making a difference. Last year alone, First Bank of Wyoming employees volunteered over 1,000 hours to organizations in our branch areas. We believe that we can create real change and make a lasting impact. First Bank of Wyoming, Division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC.
Trees for Trash is May 4th. Hi, this is Alicia Carroll with ERA Carroll Realty and Pinnacle Home and Land Group, and I love sponsoring Trees for Trash. Load up your trash and bring it to the landfill, and we'll give you a free Colorado blue spruce seedling. Trees for Trash is free for Sheridan City and County residents. ERA Carroll Realty, we're about more than real estate. We're about family, friendship, and community. We'll see you at the Sheridan City landfill on Saturday, May 4th for Trees for Trash from 9 to 2.
Hello, this is Michelle Manival from the Sports Stop and Foot of the Bighorns, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Troopers down 1-0 as we head to the top half of the fourth inning. Casper going to bring to the plate their 4-5-6 hitters. Troopers have been in a couple of situations to score some runs, but just have not been able to put any across. Most notably a second and third opportunity with no outs, but none able to come across. Saxton Smith stepping to the plate for the Oilers, and he's ready to go. First pitch he sees swung on and missed for strike one. Maestri still on the bump, dealing some good pitches here today. Got 6 strikeouts so far this morning. And second pitch to Smith outside for ball one this morning, this afternoon. Just, I guess, kind of hit afternoon. Do you call it the afternoon if it's noon? Like if it's 12:12, is it still the afternoon? Because it's afternoon. Smith swings and misses. Strike 2. It's just kind of weird. I always thought afternoon would be closer to like 1 o'clock. But noon, I guess, is just 12. So we'll say afternoon, 12:15 p.m. here, Sheridan. One-two count now to Saxton Smith. And here it comes from Maestri, dribbled third base side, out of play, foul territory. Have to imagine anything they're chopping off the end of the bat does not feel great today, as it is a little bit chillier. The ringing in the hands gets a little bit more noticeable when the colder it gets. Here comes the 1-2. That one low and outside. Good stop by Phillips. No one on base, but still getting the work in over there for Phil. Making a 2-2 count to Saxton Smith. Saxton struck out looking back in the top half of the first. So 0-1 on the day. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on and missed. That'll be 2 strikeouts now for Smith, the 4-hole hitter. It's going to bring up Ryan Devereaux, the DH. He singled back in the top half of the second. Reached second on a stolen base. The lefty ready to go. Here comes it from Maestri. That one a little bit low for ball one. Here comes the 1-0 from Maestri. That one gets Devereaux on the inside. He's on base again. Still officially 1 for 1 on the day. But you're on base. The on-base percentage goes up. When I was playing, I always said OBP over AVG. That was my saying. On-base percentage over average. That's what you want. So Devereaux on base. That's going to bring up Brody Parks, the second baseman. He struck out swinging back in the second. Devereaux over on first. He's stolen a base already today. Might be looking to do it again. Here comes the first pitch to Parks. That one outside for ball one. Here comes the 1-0 to Parks. That one a little bit low for ball two. So now a steal situation for Devereaux over there. The 2-0 count. And a hitter's count for Parks at the plate. Here comes the 2-0. That one swung on and missed by Parks. Make it a 2-1 count now. 1 down here in the inning. Parks ready to go. Devereaux gets his secondary lead. And there he goes. Runner going. Ball 2, and the throw down not in time. Devereaux has another stolen base. Very similar at-bat and base path situation for Devereaux. Walt got hit by a pitch, but he singled the first time and then stole second base. Done it both times now. So 3-1 count now to Brody Parks. Runner on second, 1 out here in the inning. Here comes the 3-1. That one swung on, fouled off into the screen. Strike 2. Three-two count now to Parks. Here it comes. Swung on, dribbled. Shortstop side. Going to be a tough play for Hamrick as he throws it over in time to get Parks. Devereaux does move over to third base. It was a soft dribbler in between third base and shortstop, but Hamrick to get over there, and he's got a good arm and gets Parks out at first base. It's going to bring up Jack Nichols. With 2 down here in the inning, Nichols struck out swinging back in the top half of the second. First pitch he sees there is in there for strike 1. Devereaux, as I was saying earlier, as he made it over to third base his first time up as well, he gets a big secondary lead. Big secondary lead when he makes it to third. 0-1 count now. Here it comes to Nichols. That one a little bit high and inside for ball 2. Maestri, the 1-1. Here it comes again. That one outside for ball 2. Run on third base. Still getting that big lead. 2 outs here in the inning. And Oilers looking to double their lead, possibly, if Nichols is able to get a base hit here. 1-0 lead for the Oilers here in the top half of the fourth. Here comes the 2-1. Swung on and missed. Another good pitch by Maestri. Had Nichols kind of golfing at it a little bit. That was low and inside. Here comes the 2-2 from Maestri. Swung on, fell back into the screen. And that'll keep it 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 once again. That one a little bit high for ball 3, so full count now. Maestri a little upset with himself after that pitch as he felt like he did not come around on it nearly enough. Here comes the 3-2. That one swung on, dribbled right towards Cale Hamrick again. Reason's going to take it this time. Throw over to first base. Gets Nichols over at first, and that will end the inning. So 4 come to the plate, none come across for the Oilers. Still leading 1-0 as we head to the bottom half of the fourth. You're listening to Trooper Baseball on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Skip the classroom but not the credits this summer at Sheridan College. Whether you're looking to reduce your fall college workload, have a class to make up, or simply get ahead this summer, their transferable online classes can be taken at your own pace and applied to a degree or certificate, all while enjoying your favorite summer activities and adventures. Registration is open now and classes begin May 13th, so visit Sheridan.edu or call 675-0500 to learn more. Sheridan College, a higher degree of you.
Hey, this is Colton Bates with the Bates team at Best. Sheridan is a place I've lived most of my life, and the truth is I love living here, and I know many share that feeling. With that, the world of real estate provides challenges that make living in Sheridan not so straightforward. Our goal at Best this year is to provide a sense of confidence and optimism to both buyers and sellers. We plan to do this by building a personal plan to fit those wants and needs, prioritizing communication, and gaining trust, as that's what's most important. If you know someone who's ready for a change but unsure where to begin, call us at 675-BEST or visit bestwy.net for the best real estate experience.
Proudly brokered by EXP.
Hi there, this is Jim Chosby with Stiefel Financial. You're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Trooper Baseball. Got a new pitcher on the bump for The Oilers lefty coming in. I don't have a name here yet, but I will get one for you. Looks like number 0, and that's Jay Pexton. Jay Pexton going to be on the bump now for the Oilers. Trig Barron has a pretty solid day on the bump as he finishes off. Went 3 innings, 3 pretty strong innings. No runs come across, obviously. It's a 1-0 ball game with the Oilers leading. Now we got 2 brothers. 2 brothers on both teams on the field at the same time. I don't remember the last time I've ever seen that happen. Got Cody Pexton playing shortstop for the Oilers, and now Jay Pexton pitching. And then on the Trooper side, you got Tanner Hamrick at second base and Cale Hamrick at shortstop. It's a brother's keeper situation. I don't know what that means. So Pexton ready to go. Reeson coming to the plate for the Troopers. Tyler Reeson, the 4-hole hitter. Lead things off. Then we'll get Maestri at the 5-hole, and then Blaine Phillips again at the 6-hole for the Troopers. 4-5-6 coming to the plate. And Reeson sees the lefty first to start things off. Here comes the first pitch to Reeson. That one in the dirt outside for ball 1. Haven't noticed any fielding changes yet for the Oilers, but we will get them to you if we do see them. 1-0 count to Reeson. He watches ball 2, lone inside. So a 2-0 count, quick 2-0 count to Tyler Reeson. Here comes the 2-0. That one high and outside. Curveball didn't come around. So now a 3-0 count to Reeson. Man, nothing easier if you're Reeson or any batter than coming to the plate and seeing 3 straight not close balls. Here comes the 3-0. That one high and outside. Easiest walk of Reeson's life. 4 straight balls, none of them close, and he goes to first base. Reeson now officially 0 for 0 on the day, but 2 on base, hit by pitch, and a walk for Reeson so far today. It's going to bring up Frankie Maestri. He reached back in the second inning, stole second base, and pickoff move over towards Reeson at first base, but not in time. Here comes the first pitch to Maestri. That one's in there for strike 1. So first strike for Pexton. Oh, 1 count to Maestri now. Reeson gets his lead, not a very big lead. Here comes the 0-1 to Maestri. Nope, step off by Pexton. Reeson probably not going anywhere. Here comes the 0-1. That one a little bit outside for ball 1. (1-0) lead for the Oilers as we're here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Got that run all the way back in the first, top half of the first, and that's been the scoring so far today. Here comes the 1-1 from Pexton. That one's high as well, make it a 2-1 count. Lots of hitters counts today here for the Troopers. No runners. 1 runner on, no runners come across the score for the Troopers. Pickoff move towards Reeson again. Nothing doing though. Back in time. Here comes the 2-1. That one low and inside for ball 3. So 3-1 count now to Maestri. Reason's still over there on first. No outs here in the inning. Here comes the 3-1. Swung on and missed by Maestri. Took a big hack at that one. Three-two count now to Maestri. Here it comes. That one's inside for ball 4. So Maestri works a walk. Troopers threatening again. And Blaine Phillips, will look to capitalize on it once again as well. The lefty. He came to the plate earlier with a runner on first and second, if I remember correctly, but he struck out swinging. And that was back in the bottom half of the second. First pitch that Phillips sees from Pexton. He squares around a bunt, pulls it back way high for ball 1. That was up over Blaine Phillips' head. And now we're going to get a meeting at the mound from the manager for Pexton. I wonder what they're talking about. Is it food? Probably not. But maybe. Maybe it's a seeds related question. Hey, how many seeds you got? I don't know if you're allowed to choose seeds, though. I don't remember. I think there was a rule, if I remember correctly, if you're not, well, yeah, you're not allowed to choose seeds on the turf, so probably not chewing seeds. But back in the day, I don't even know if you could, I don't think you could spit seeds if you were pitching. I think that was a no-no. But I don't remember, honestly. It's been a minute, you know? It's been almost 10 years since I was playing baseball. Oh my gosh. I just aged myself. I just gave myself a epiphany, a realization 10 years ago. Manager done, though. Pexton ready to go. 1-0 count to Phillips. Runners on first and second. Here comes. Phillips scores around again. Pulls back. Another ball. So now 2-0 count to Phillips. Here comes the 2-0. Phillips scores around again and lays down a perfect bunt. Only option is going to be over at first base, and they do get the out over at first base, but that moves over the runners to second and third. A perfect bunt by Blaine Phillips. Very, very good job by him, as that moves over both runners to second and third. And Riley Green come to the plate, looking to avenge the strikeout that he had last time he was up to the plate. Struck out runners on second and third with 1 out. And similar situation here. 1 out, runners on second and third. First pitch he sees, high and outside for ball 1. So Riley Green with another big opportunity here against a new pitcher for Pexton. Here comes the 1-0. That one fouled back into the screen for strike 1. If you're Riley Green, you're seeing a very big gap in left center field, calling your name. Big gap in left center. Another big gap in right center, too. Here comes the 1-1 to Green. Swung on, foul tipped into the glove for strike 2. Chased a little bit of a high one there. He did that last at bat as well. Kind of up towards his chin a little bit, and he swung and fouled the tip back into the glove of Christensen. Maybe not towards his chin, maybe towards his neck a little bit. Chin's a little bit high. So 1-2 count now to Green. And here it comes. Swung on, popped into Foul territory, third base side. Third baseman's going to camp under it and get the out. So an unproductive out for Green. That keeps runners on second and third. It's going to bring up Lath Brown for the Troop. He walked back in the bottom half of the second inning. First pitch he sees in there for strike one. So a quick 0-1 count to Lath Brown. Pexton on the bump, ready to go. His brother Cody behind him at short. Here comes the 0-1. That one high for ball one. Jay Pexton, the pitcher right now, a lefty. His brother, shortstop, a righty, which is interesting. Don't see that very often. Here comes the 1-1. That one's high as well for ball two. So another hitter's count here for Lath Brown. Again, he walked back in the second inning, excuse me. Runners on second and third. Basically the exact same situation as the second inning. That one's in there for strike two. So a 2-2 count to Lath Brown. Literally the exact situation as before. Reeson on third, Maestri on second. 2 outs here in the inning. Lath Brown with a 2-2 count. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on, dribbled third base side, right to Smith over at third base. Makes the throw over to first, 4 out, number 3. And again, Troopers get runners on. Do not push them across on second and third, and none come across. And that'll keep it a 1-0 ball game as we head to break. You're listening to Trooper Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Wyoming Corporate Office is located at 30 North Gould Street in Sheridan, and they provide a myriad of services. What is a registered agent, you may ask? The real question is, what aren't they? Wyoming Corporate Office can assist you in forming your LLC or Wyoming-based corporation, provide mail forwarding service, and accept legal and financial documents, and so much more. Learn more today by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com.
Hi, this is Taylor Ganley, mortgage specialist with Campco Federal Credit Union. Let your real estate investments work for you. If you are needing funds for a home improvement project or a debt consolidation option with a fair interest rate, call or come visit with me about our home equity line of credit options or our second mortgage program at Campco Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA and equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Brent Wolf with Sheridan Motors, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
So Casper gets out of another jam to keep it 1-0 here between the Casper Oilers and the Sheridan Troopers. Got a new pitcher on the bump for the Troop, Ethan Evans. They're going to answer with their own lefty. Frankie Maestri goes 4 strong innings today. 1 run come across. And now Ethan Evans will try to hold it to a 1-0 game and give the Troopers another chance. Troopers should be probably leading this game. They've had 2 opportunities with runners on second and third base with 1 out or less, and no runs have come across for the Troopers. So they should at the very least be leading this game 2-1 if all things were going correctly. But Oilers have been able to get out of those jams and still lead 1-0. And here we are heading into the top half of the 5th, and we're going to see Holden Christensen, the catcher. First pitch he sees, lined into right center field. That's going to get down and land in front of the right field, take a funny hop. That's going to allow Christensen to get to second base. That's a leadoff double for Holden Christensen. Wasn't the hardest hit ball in the world, but kind of put it in the perfect spot in right center field, where neither the center fielder Tyler Hutton or right fielder Avin Barney could really get to it. And kind of bounce past Avin Barney in the right center gap that allowed Christensen to get to second base. So a leadoff double for Christensen brings up Thomas Stokes, the 9-hole hitter, playing in left field. And Ethan Evans ready to go. First pitch, and Stokes is scoring on a bunt, but it is a strike. He fouled it into home plate. I couldn't really see there, but I think he fouled it into home plate for strike one. And now Phillips and Evans are going to go have a conversation really quick. Get their signs fixed up. Took some asbestos off my shirt. Here comes the 0-1 as scoring around early, but then takes a hack, and that's going to get in the hole between third base and shortstop. Christensen's going to stop at third, and that's a knock for the 9-hole hitter, Thomas Stokes. Stokes was scoring around, then pulled back and just took a hack at it, and that got in between Reeson over there at third and Hamrick in that 5-hole. That allows Christensen to move up to third base, and now Stokes on first. And now the top of the lineup coming up for the Oilers. It's going to be Cody Pexton. And Pexton struck out on the first, grounded out to short so far today, so 0 for 2. First pitch he sees way outside for ball one. And a pickoff move to first base, but back in time is Stokes. One 0 count now to Evans, and here it comes inside, and that's going to get away from Phillips. The first one that's kind of gotten away from in terms of a block that's kind of gotten away from him. Done a pretty solid job, other than he's had a couple pass balls that got out of his glove. But that allows Stokes to get over to second base, and now the Oilers are threatening with runners on second and third. With no outs here in the inning, it's the top of the order. Comes the 2-0 from Evans. In there for strike one. Two 2-1 count now to Pexton. Still no outs. 1-0 lead for the Oilers on the range scoreboard. Here comes the 1-0, or the 2-1, excuse me. That one's inside for ball three. That was a good block by Blaine Phillips there. But a 3-1 count. Evans, after a couple hits, maybe a little bit jittery. Having a little trouble finding the zone here. Here comes the 3-1. That one swung on and missed by Pexton. Good pitch there by Evans. Giving it across, making it a 3-2 count. Three-two count now. That one lined into left center. That's going to get down and score one and possibly score two. Here comes the runner from second. Going to be a tough play, and they get the runner at second. Out. Tag him out at home, and that was Thomas Stokes, who read it pretty well. That ball, from where I was looking, looked like it was going to be down all the way. He was basically in between second and third, and Stokes is out at home plate. They do get one across, though, as Christensen comes home to score easily. That's going to be an RBI single for Cody Pexton. But Thomas Stokes on a good relay from Hutton to Reeson. That one's fouled off back into the plate. That's Eric Whitley up at the plate. Fouls one back up into the screen. Good relay by Hutton to Reeson and then back into home plate to get Thomas Stokes at home. Pickoff move over to first, but not in time. And out at home plate, Stokes getting out at home plate. It's the first out of the inning. Unconventional first out. Here comes the 0-1 to Whitley. That one's lined into center field as well. Should hold up. It's actually shallow center field, and that's Hamrick, Tanner Hamrick, that goes out there from his second baseman spot. I thought that was hit a little bit better, but it kind of holds up. A little blooper, and Tanner Hamrick able to field it cleanly for out number 2. Going to bring up Hunter Houck, first baseman. He grounded out, RBI ground out to the second baseman and struck out so far today. So 0 for 1 officially. First pitch to Houck from Evans is outside for ball 1. Still a runner on first, Pexton after the RBI single. Now a 2-0 lead for the Oilers after that RBI single. And here comes the 1-0 to Houck. That one stopped again very nicely by Blaine Phillips, but low and inside for ball 2. So a 2-0 count now. Here it comes. That one inside as well for ball 3. Here comes the 3-0. That one inside for ball 4. So the 2-out walk puts another runner in scoring position with Pexton moving up to second and Houck going into first. That's going to bring up the 4-holder, the cleanup man, Saxton Smith. He's got 2 strikeouts on the day, one looking, one swinging. It's first time seeing Ethan Evans, though. First pitch he sees a little bit inside. Looks like Blade Phillips had to come back and grab that one. That was a pretty solid pitch, but the movement from Phillips probably persuaded Daniels back there that was a little inside. So 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. That one's definitely inside for ball 2. Runners on first and second. 2-0 count. 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th. 2-0 lead for the Oilers. And here comes the 2-0. Swung on, foul tipped. Big hack by Smith there, but didn't catch it all. Foul tipped back into the screen behind home plate. So a 2-1 count now to Smith. Here it comes. Swung on, dribbled right towards Cale Hamrick. He's going to field that cleanly, get over towards Tanner Hamrick, his brother, for the 6-4 putout to end the inning. The Oilers put another one across, double their lead, make it 2-0 as we head to the bottom half of the 5th. You're listening to Trooper Baseball on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Dealing with bone and joint issues? Schedule a visit with Sheridan Orthopedic Associates. Their board-certified orthopedic surgeons are experts in all aspects of orthopedics, focusing on sports injuries as well as joint problems from the feet, ankles, and knees to the spine and upper extremities. After all, they've been providing the area with surgical excellence and outstanding patient care for almost 50 years. Learn more about Sheridan Orthopedic Associates online at SheridanOrtho.com.
Does your outfit need refueled? Roll on into Farmers Co-op. Their large parking lot and easy access pumps make fueling up a breeze. Feeling a little hungry? While you're there, pick up a little something from the Country Store Deli. Perhaps a Polish sandwich, chicken wings, or taquitos. Top it off with chips and a cold drink, and you're good to go. Farmers Co-op, open Mondays through Fridays from 5 a.m. to 6 p.m., weekends 6 a.m. to 10. For your convenience at 1450 Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Arnie Rodolini Field, Trooper Stadium. We got a new pitcher on the bump again for the Oilers. It is going to be Derek Barrino, number 18. Now a righty back in on the bump for Casper after Jay Pexton, the lefty, was on in relief of Trig Behrens. And again, with their DH, none of their pitchers are seemingly going to come in to hit or anything like that because they do have their DH. You don't see their DH. The DH is eliminated very often from the pitchers coming in to hit unless it's a really good pitcher and hitter combo. But we'll see. Derek Barrino, as of right now, just pitching here in the bottom half of the fifth. And the Troopers will bring up 9-1-2. Tanner Hamrick first leading things off, and then go into Tyler Hutton, and then his brother, Cale Hamrick, batting in the 3-hole spot for this inning. So Barrino ready to go. Got a 2-0 cushion here. So he comes in relief. Hamrick and the Troopers looking to get just one across after a couple of opportunities. Here comes the first pitch he sees, low and inside for ball 1. And I can report that the Billings Scarlets have arrived for their first game of the day. Hamrick dribbles one, third base side, and stopped, but it's going to be a tough play. Hamrick in there. Now they'll go down, put that down as a hit for Hamrick. A lot of speed on the base bat there. That'll be an infield single for Tanner Hamrick. He kind of pounded it into the turf towards the third baseman. Third baseman just kind of stopped it with his glove, tried to pick it up and throw Hamrick out at first, but Hamrick, with decent speed, beat that one out. That's going to bring up leadoff man Tyler Hutton, lefty. He singled back in his first at-bat, or his second at-bat, I guess you said. He's squaring around a bunt, but pulls back for ball 1. He singled in both of his at-bats, actually, here today. So 2 for 2 for Tyler Hutton. All you can really ask for out of a leadoff man, just get on base. And if you're doing it with 2 knocks, nothing better than that. Here comes the 1-0 to Hutton. Swung on, dribbled towards the second baseman. Not going to be able to turn 2. Throw over to first is in time for out 1. So Hutton moves over Tanner Hamrick with a little fielder's choice action there. That's going to bring up Cale Hamrick. Feels like he's just kind of on the verge of getting a hold of one. Tanner Hamrick, his brother, over on second. And Cale at the plate. 1 out down. Here comes the first pitch to Cale. That one lined into right center. Going to be a tough play for the right fielder. It's going to get caught by the right fielder. Great play by the right fielder. Hamrick's going to have to go back to second, and he's out. So a double play. Again, Cale Hamrick, the victim of another very good play by the right fielder that causes a double play. And Hamrick was basically, he saw the ball and he thought he was going to get down in right center field. But the right fielder for the Oilers, Jack Nichols out there, makes a leaping grab and makes the out and then throws Tanner Hamrick out back at second base. An unbelievable job. I thought that was down basically off the crack of the bat. Nichols was sprinting to go track that ball down and makes the play, throws Hamrick back out at second base to end the inning. So 2-0 lead stays for the Oilers. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Trooper Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO. And you can watch it live on SheridanMedia.com.
Whether you're starting a business, safeguarding your assets for future generations, or navigating the complexities of property transactions, McCool Law Firm LLC in Sheridan provides tailored solutions that ensure your success. McCool Law Firm understands that each case is unique, and it is committed to delivering personalized service that will exceed your expectations. McCool Law Firm, protecting your legacy, stepping up to bat for you. Find out more and schedule a consultation at McCoolLawFirmLLC.com or call 307-461-9240.
You hear about the wearing way of vehicle buying, but what does it mean? It means stepping onto their lot without the weight of pressure on your shoulders. It means finding the perfect vehicle without feeling rushed or pushed. At Waring Sheridan Chevrolet, their priority is taking care of you long after the sale. In fact, their commitment's just starting. The Waring team are your neighbors and your friends and members of our community. Don't settle for ordinary when you can experience the extraordinary. Discover the Waring way of vehicle.
Welcome back to Trooper Stadium, Ernie Rodolini Field. Great play gets the Oilers out of that inning. Got a new pitcher for the Troopers here. We'll get you a name here in just a second. And the batter for the Oilers, Ryan Devereaux, DH. He's got a 2-1 count on him now. He's watches 2 balls and then strike 1 over the plate. He's had a pretty good day. Got hit by a pitch and a single so far today, so for 1 for 1. And he watches ball 3 low and inside. Troopers don't have a new pitcher. I apologize. Same pitcher, Ethan Evans on the bump. So 3-1 count. Devereaux watches ball 4. So a very solid day out of the DH spot from Ryan Devereaux. Walk, hit by pitch, and a single. Been on base all 3 times he's been to the plate. That's going to bring up Brody Parks, and he watches ball 1 in the dirt in front of Blaine Phillips. Another solid stop by him. Make it a 1-0 count. In the top half of the 6th here, Casper Oilers leading 2-0. Here comes the 1-0. That one in there for strike 1. Troopers looking for a double play if possible. Nice little 6-4-3 would be just what the doctor ordered. Here comes the 1-3. That one's lined into left field. Going to land right in front of the left fielder, Riley Green, and that's going to move everybody up 1 base. Nice job by Brody Parks. Take that one right into left field, right in front of Riley Green out in left for a single. It's going to bring up Jack Nichols, the right fielder who just made that really, really good play out in right field to end the inning, end the threat for the Troopers. Runners on first and second, still no outs. He scores around a bunt, pulls back for ball 1. So 1-0 count to Jack Nichols. And that one squared around a bunt. Nichols gets a good bunt down right in front of the catcher. Only play to first, and they get the play to first for out number 1, but the runners move up. Second and third now for Casper. Another good sack bunt by the Oilers. That's going to bring up Holden Christensen. And first pitch he sees is out of the zone for ball 1. Christensen so far today struck out and then had a double in the 5th. 1 for 2. Here comes the 1-0. That one outside for ball 2. Two-0 count now to Christensen. Ethan Evans, the lefty, ready to go. That one's in there. Caught the inside corner to the righty for strike 1. Got a lot of almost famous people on this team. We got Jack Nichols, 2-1 count now to Christensen. That one's inside for ball 3. Jack Nichols, it's nearly Jack Nicholson. And then Holden Christensen, which is nearly Hayden Christensen. And they're batting back-to-back. I've almost tripped up a couple times. Here comes the 3-1. That one lined into left field, hit really well. Going back is Riley Green. Is going to get off the wall in left field, and that's going to allow 2 runners to score. Holden Christensen with another double, this time with 2 RBIs. That one was pounded into left field off the wall. Riley Green, the only thing he could do was play that off of the wall, and that allows 2 runners to score as well. So 2 come around to score, double the lead again for the Oilers, make it 4-0 on the 2 RBI double by Holden Christensen. It's going to bring up Thomas Stokes, the left fielder, the runner on second. First pitch Stokes sees in there for strike 1. Christensen put the force into that one for the 2 RBI double. Here comes the 0-1 to Stokes. Low outside for ball 1, and Christensen's going, runs into an out. It's bad base running there by Christensen. Was not the ball to go on, and now he gets thrown out at third base. But, I mean, he did his job. 2 RBI double. Puts the Oilers up 4-0. Good job by Blaine Phillips there to keep that one in front and throw out Christensen at third base. Stokes swings and misses, making a 1-2 count for him. Now nobody on base. With 2 outs here. Top half of the 6th. Here comes the 1-2. That one's a curveball. Didn't break all the way back down for ball 2. We're going to get time here from Thomas Stokes. Stokes, the 9-hole hitter today. Grounded out to second base and has a single. Got thrown out at home as well. After that single, here comes the 2-2. That one's inside for ball 3. So now full count. 2 outs here in the inning for Stokes. Here comes the 3-2. That one's high and outside for ball 4. And that will get another base runner on for the Casper Oilers for the top of the lineup coming to the plate. Cody Pexton coming back up. He is 1 for 3 on the day. A strikeout in the first, ground out to short in the third, and then an RBI single in the 5th. And Evans ready to go. Here comes the first pitch to Pexton. That one's outside for ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. Runner going, and throw down, not in time. Phillips threw it a little bit off towards the right side of second base if you're looking out towards the field. And Thomas Stokes was there relatively easily. So now a 1-1 count to Pexton as he watched that one come across for ball 1. Or strike 1, excuse me. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on. Nope, a little check swing, but in there nonetheless. Strike 2. So now 1-2 count to Pexton. 2 outs here in the inning. Evans looking to get out of the inning. The runner still on second base. Here comes the 1-2. That one's a little bit low and inside for ball 2. So 2-2 count to Pexton, the leadoff man, shortstop. And here it comes. That one's inside, make it 3-2 count. So another 3-2 count for Ethan Evans. Evans ready to go. Here comes the 3-2. In there for strike 3, catches the inside corner and gets Pexton looking for strike 3, but the Oilers get another 2 across, add some insurance, 4-0 lead. The Troopers come up in the bottom half of the 6th. You're listening to Trooper Baseball here on 1410 AM, 106.9 FM KWYO, and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
You hear about the wearing way of vehicle buying, but what does it mean? It means stepping onto their lot without the weight of pressure on your shoulders. It means finding the perfect vehicle without feeling rushed or pushed. At Waring Sheridan Chevrolet, their priority is taking care of you long after the sale. In fact, their commitment's just starting. The Waring team are your neighbors and your friends and members of our community. Don't settle for ordinary when you can experience the extraordinary. Discover the Waring way of vehicle buying, WaringSheridan.com.
Moss Holders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Moss Holders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Moss Holders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Moss Holders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Moss Holders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season.
This is Kent Sherwood with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Trooper Baseball. Derek Barino still on the bump for Casper, and we're going to get 3, 4, 5 coming up for the Troopers, so this might be their best opportunity to try to get back in this game. Having Barney up at the plate. Barney so far today. I'll get you that here in just a second. Here comes the first pitch. That one's way outside for ball 1 to the lefty, Evan Barney. Evan Barney grounded into a double play in the first and grounded out to the first baseman in the third, so 0 for 2 on the day. 1-0 count to Barney. Here comes that one a little bit low and outside for ball 2. So quick hitters count for Barney. Troopers trailing 4-0 here to start the day in this 4-game triangular they're going to be playing in. Here comes the 2-0. That one's outside for ball 3. They got Casper here, obviously, today. And then later today, about 5 o'clock this evening, they're going to be taking on the Billings Scarlets, who are already here getting warmed up out in the foul territory of right field. Here comes the 3-0 in there for strike 1. And then tomorrow, we'll be back here 10 a.m., bright and early 10 a.m. tomorrow for a game with the Royals, Troopers against the Royals, and then they'll play Casper again to close things out on Sunday starting at 4. 3-1 swung on and missed by Barney. We'll have all those games live for you right here, 14:10 a.m., 106.9 FM KWYO, and you can watch them live on SheridanMedia.com. So 3-2 count now to Evan Barney. No outs here in the inning. Leadoff man, here it comes. Swung on, lined left field, gonna go just foul. Just foul. The left field side. Three-two count now to Avon after the foul ball. And here it comes. Lined right back up the middle. That's going to be a knock for Avon Barney. Got right over the top of the second baseman who's playing a little bit closer to the bag. And that's going to be a single for Avon Barney to start things off here in the bottom half of the 6th. It's going to bring up Tyler Reeson to the plate. Officially 0 for 0 on the day. Got hit by a pitch back in the second and walked in the 4th. He's been over to third base twice now, but none have come across for the Troopers. Reeson calls time here. Steps out of the box. Troopers looking to put something together here. They don't have to try to get all 4 back in the 7th. First pitch to Reeson. Here it comes. That one way inside, behind Reeson for ball 1. Don't have to worry about that one. One 0 count to Reeson. Avon Barney getting his lead over at first. And here it comes. Swung on, hit right to the third baseman, Saxton Smith. Snags it. That was a liner. Barney back in time at first base. That was the quintessential hot corner right there. Saxton Smith snagged it, throw through back over to first, but Avon Barney got back in time. That one was laced off the bat of Tyler Reeson. It's going to bring up Frankie Maestri. Excuse me, not Frankie Maestri. Ethan Evans. Frankie Maestri was the pitcher, but he got subbed out for Ethan Evans. And now Ethan will get his first chance to hit the ball. First, he watches ball one, then fouls one off, third base side. So 1-1 count to Evans. Here it comes. That one's lined into right center field. That's going to get down. Good job by Evans. And that's going to get past the right fielder and allow Barney to get over to third base. And Evans up to second base after the ball is kind of bobbled a little bit by the shortstop at second. Evans really, really tested the right fielder after that got behind. After that got behind the right fielder. But nonetheless, gets in safely, so second and third now. Again, feels like we've said that a couple times here today. We've definitely said it a couple times. Second and third, one out here. Bottom half of the sixth. That's going to bring Blaine Phillips up to the plate. Phillips ready to go, the lefty. Runners on second and third. One out. That one fouled right back into the catcher's mask. For strike one. I feel like we're going through the twilight zone. Blaine Phillips has been up twice now with runners on second and third. And less than one out. One out or less. So on one count now to Phillips. Derek Barino on the bump. Ready to go. Here it comes. That one low and inside for ball one. So 1-1 count to Blaine Phillips. He's ready to go. Here it comes. Swung on, popped left field. Going to be in foul territory. Left fielder tried to make a play, but dropped nonetheless. It's a 1-2 count. The left fielder out there, I don't know if he was trying to stop or he kind of tripped a little bit. Kind of fell into the fence, the chain link fence out there. Looks like he's okay, though. He's up and running back over walking back over to his position. Got hit by a sniper out there and fell into the fence, but he's all right. Ready to go now. 1-2 count to Phillips. Here comes the 1-2. Outside for ball two. So 2-2 count, one out. Troopers on second and third. Down 4-0. Here it comes to Phillips, and he takes the hit by pitch. Now bases loaded. Riley Green, and he has been he's been in this situation a couple times today, and the baseball gods are giving him a third opportunity here to try to avenge those situations. None come across. A couple missed opportunities for the Troopers, Riley Green, as well. Bases loaded, one out. Troopers down 4-0, and Riley Green up to the plate again in a similar spot. Green ready to go. Here comes the pitch from Barino. Swung on and missed for strike one. Green's had trouble chasing those high fastballs today up towards his shoulders. Not going to be able to do anything with those pitches up above those shoulders. Either going to swing or going to pop it up. Here comes the 0-1. That one low. Good stop by Christensen back there. That'd be ball one. Make it a 1-1 count. Green so far today struck out looking back in the second and popped out to the third baseman in the fourth inning. 1-1 count to Green. Bases loaded. Here it comes. That one inside for ball 2. Barney on third base. Ethan Evans over on second. And Phillips over on first. 2-1 count. One down in the inning. Here it comes. That one's low as well for ball 3. Another good stop by Christensen behind home plate to keep that in front of him. And if you're Green, you'll take a walk here. Nice little free RBI if you let one go across. You can also take a nice little ball in the gap, ball in front of one of the outfielders. Anything in the outfield will essentially, hopefully, be an RBI for Riley Green. Here comes the 3-1 from Barrino. That one low and outside for ball 4, and that's going to be an RBI walk for Riley Green. So he venges his couple of opportunities that he's had at the plate and comes through with an RBI walk there. And it looks like we are going to get a meeting at the mound from the manager at Casper. We'll see if they're going to make any changes here. Adjust the scorebook here. Get Barney across. That's a run for him. And everybody else moves up one station. As Green works an RBI walk and puts the Troopers on the board pretty late in the day. We are going to get a pitching change, a couple of changes it looks like. As 28, who do I have as 28 here? Ryan Devereaux, the DH, the former DH, is going to go out into, looks like left field. So we'll move him into left. And I don't see who's coming on the mound. Looks like number 12 for, maybe number 12. We'll see. We'll get it all worked out here in just a second. We're going to take a quick break as the new pitcher for the for Casper warms up. We'll be right back. Troopers trailing 4-1. Bases loaded. We'll be back here in just a second. You're listening to Trooper Baseball on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Texting and driving. Texting and driving? Everyone knows there really is no and. You're either texting or you're driving. In other words, if you're typing or reading anything while you're behind the wheel, you're not paying attention and you're not in control of your vehicle. That's why law enforcement around the state is cracking down on distracted driving. Hey, Wyoming, let's put an end to texting and driving because we all know better. There is no and. This message was paid for by WYDOT.
Spring is in the air, and it's the perfect time to make your dream of owning a home a reality. Hi, this is Whitney Sweeney, mortgage loan originator at First Northern Bank of Wyoming, and we would love to see you at our Sheridan office where we offer a quick mortgage application, competitive rates, and same-day pre-qualification. Stop by our mortgage department at 36 North Gould Street or call 307-673-HOME to start your application today. We look forward to working with you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1124841.
Wake up and smell the savings, beverage lovers, because at your locally owned McDonald's, they have your beverage cravings covered with any size coffee for $1. That's right. Whether you're a small, medium, or large kind of coffee lover, you can enjoy your favorite cup of joe without breaking the bank for $1. But hold on to your straws. Quench your thirst any time of the day with any size soft drink for $1.29. McDonald's. Treat yourself to a sip-tastic experience. Sheridan, Buffalo, and Gillette.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Trooper Baseball. Ernie Rodolini Field, Thorn Rider Park. Couple changes here for you. We figured it out. Saxton Smith is going to move over from third base and hop on the bump here to try to close things out. Ryan Devereaux, who's the DH, he's going to move out into left field. And Thomas Stokes, who was the left fielder, is going to come in and play third base. And up to the plate now for the Troopers. After those changes, Leith Brown. First pitch he sees from Stokes is low for ball 1. Base is still loaded for the Troopers. After the RBI walk from Riley Green, you got Ethan Evans over at third base, Blaine Phillips on second, and Riley Green obviously over on first. Here comes the 1-0. Was a little bit high for ball 2. So Troopers trying to inch this a little bit closer, maybe even tie it up if possible. If Lath can get one into the gap, he can bring home Riley Green as well. Here comes the 2-0. That one's inside for ball 3. So quick 3-0 count to Lath Brown. He'll take an RBI walk here as well. Nothing wrong with that. RBI is an RBI no matter which way you cut it. Here comes the 3-0. That one's high but catches the corner, or catches the upper part of the zone for strike 1. Three-one count now. Here it comes to Brown. That one catches the outside corner for strike 2. So now a 3-2 count to Lath Brown. Gets up to a 3-0 count. And Smith on the bump battles back. Make it a 3-2 count. One down here in the inning. Here comes the 3-2. That one fouled off. That probably would have been ball 4, but fouls it off nonetheless. Keep it a 3-2 count to get something he likes here. Again, anything in the outfield here from Brown. Probably an RBI. Almost certainly an RBI if he gets it on with a single. Here comes the 3-2 again. That one swung on and missed for strike 3 from Brown. That's going to bring up Tanner Hamrick. The second baseman for the Troop. Hamrick's got a single and he flew out to center. 1 for 2 on the day. Younger brother of Cale Hamrick in a big spot here. First pitch he sees from Stokes. That one's inside for ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. That one popped sky high. Kind of in an interesting area out in center field. It's going to be a long run for the center field, and it drops. That allows Tanner Hamrick to get up to second, and all the runners are going to come across to score. An unbelievable turn of events here as all runners, they were running at the crack of the back, 2 outs, and the center fielder had to run in a long way as it was kind of looped into center field. That allows all 3 runners to come around to score, and Hamrick up to second base. A little unconventional way to even the score again, make it 4-4. But you'll take it any way you can get it if you're the Troopers. I'm contemplating an E8, if that's an E8 or if that's a knock. I'm thinking I'm going to put that down as an E8 in my scorebook. This is not official, obviously. But nonetheless, 4-4 ball game. Stats don't matter. Here comes Tyler Hutton to the plate. 2 outs down. Hamrick still a threat. Watches ball 1, Hutton does. And with Hamrick on second, still a threat here as well. And Hutton been hitting the ball pretty well here today. Here comes the 1-0 to Hutton. Good little breaking ball that broke back over the plate from the outside in for strike 1. So 1-1 count to Hutton. Here it comes from Stokes. Lined into left field, but it's going to get out of play for a loud strike 2. So 1-2 count to Hutton. Now tie ball game, 4-4 after the E8 from Eric Whitley out in center field. Here comes the 1-2. That one's hit right back up the middle, right towards the second baseman. He's going to field a clean throw over to first to get Hutton for out number 3, but the damage is done. Troopers tie the ball game 4-4 as we head to the top half of the 7th. You're listening to Trooper Baseball on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Hi, this is Elizabeth.
JT.
And Addison from EBIA Hearing and Sound.
We are excited to share that Addison Dempsey, our new doctor of audiology, is now accepting patients.
We offer comprehensive care in our evaluations and technology offerings, and we look forward to helping you reconnect with your loved ones.
EBIA Hearing and Sound, 1273 Coffeen Avenue, 674-8920. That's 674-8920.
Planning a project that requires block, brick, or stone? You need to contact the folks at Thompson Master Masons. They have the largest selection of brick and stone in town and 38 years of experience behind their work. Chances are, if it can be done, they've done it. Let Thompson's help you choose the best application for your specific project, residential or commercial. Give Thompson Master Masons a call, 672-7971, or stop by their showroom at 135 East 11th Street.
This is State Senator Dave Kinski, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Trooper Baseball. Tie ball game here. An E8 from Eric Whitley out in center field allowed a bases clearing, essentially E8. All runners came home to score. Tanner Hammer kind of popped one into shallow center field. It was going to be a tough play for Whitley regardless. Surprised we didn't see the second baseman try to go out and get that and whatnot. But nonetheless, tie ball game, 4-4. They put 4 across here in the bottom half of the 6th as the Oilers come to the plate. Got 2-3-4. Whitley come to the plate right now looking to make up for it. Got a new pitcher for the Troopers. He watches strike one. It's a 1-1 count now, actually. He watched one a little bit inside earlier. So a 1-1 count to Whitley. New pitcher on the bump for the Troopers. No, same pitcher on the bump. I keep confusing Ethan Evans. I apologize. He's still on the bump. Same pitcher. No changes for the Troopers. He watches ball 2. So it's a 2-1 count to Whitley, the center fielder. Looking to avenge his mistake out in the outfield that tied the game up. And he hits one in the hole over between third base and shortstop. That's going to get it through for a base hit for Eric Whitley. So a good start for him. Good start for the Oilers here in the top half of the 7th inning. It's going to bring up Hunter Houck, the 3-hole hitter. Houck grounded out to the second baseman, and RBI ground out to the second baseman back in the 1st. He struck out in the 3rd and then walked in the 5th. So officially 0 for 1, technically, with the strikeout. RBI ground out and then a walk. So 0 for 1 officially on the scorecard. First pitch to Houck, outside for ball 1. That one hit pretty well into center field. It's going to flutter a little bit, and Hutton's going to have to make a diving play. Good job by Hutton. Tracked that one down into shallow center field for out number 1. One of those awkward dives as well where he has his hand, his glove kind of pointing towards the sky. He's got to catch it kind of on the palm of his hand. That's not an easy play to make. But Hutton makes it nonetheless for out number 1. It's going to bring up Saxton Smith, who was the pitcher last inning for the Oilers, and he's the cleanup man. Swing and a miss. Runner is going. Phillips, a great throw, and gets the runner at second. Good job by Phillips. Good throw down. Good play by Hamrick to snag it and lay the tag down. And that is caught stealing for Eric Whitley. For out number 2. Now Saxton Smith up to the plate. 4-hole hitter. 4-hole hitter, but no one on now with 2 outs here in the top half of the 7th. And that one fisted towards the first base side, but out of play. Foul territory. Toward Leith Brown over there. It was kind of hit right off the end of the bat. A little spinner, if you will. So no 2 count now to Saxton Smith. Here it comes from Evans. That one's low and outside for ball 1. So 1-2 count now to Saxton Smith. And here it comes. Swung on and missed. Good pitch by Ethan Evans. They're going to have to throw it down. And the throw gets behind Leith Brown. And that allows the runner to reach first base. That is one of the more annoying things that can happen, especially if you're a pitcher. It can happen at times if the ball goes in the dirt on a swing and a miss. The runner gets to go down to first base, and if the throw is errant, then that runner gets to stay at first base. So the strike him out error from Blaine Phillips allows Saxon Smith on first. That's going to bring up Ryan Devereaux. Now the left fielder, he watches ball one. And he watches ball two there. Trevor Devereaux had a very solid day so far. Single, hit by pitch, and a walk. 1 for 1 officially. Started at the DH position. Now he's in left. He watches ball three. That one was low and outside. So 2 outs now. 2 outs for the Troop. Runner on first. 3-0 count to Devereaux. Here it comes. In there for strike one. Devereaux is taking all the way. So 3-1 count now to Devereaux. In there for strike two. Catches the outside corner. Good job by Ethan Evans to battle back. Runner will be going at first base. 3-2, 2 outs. Here comes the 3-2. Swung on line into center field. It's going to hang up nicely for Tyler Hutton, who makes the play for out number 3. And that concludes the Oiler half of the top half of the 7th. They go 1, 2, 3, 4, essentially, to end the inning. And the Troopers will try to win this thing in the bottom half of the 7th. You're listening to Trooper Baseball on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
When it comes to your family's health care, everybody's needs are different. You might be under stress from work. Your daughter needs a physical, while your youngest needs immunizations. One Health is the one place where the whole family can receive integrated care. That's primary health care, mental health services, chronic care management, and more. Because at One Health, our integrated approach takes care of the whole you and your whole family. Learn more at onechc.org/integrated.
Did you know Sheridan Motors is Sheridan's only locally owned and operated new vehicle dealership? That means when we thrive, Sheridan directly benefits. We're proud to support our hometown through sponsorships, good deeds, and excellent full-time jobs with benefits. Stop by your locally owned and operated Sheridan Motors to check out our incredible selection and find out what's coming soon. We know you have a choice when it comes to shopping for new and used cars, servicing your vehicle, and purchasing tires. On behalf of Sheridan Motors' entire team, thank you for your business.
Hi, I'm County Commissioner Christy Haswell, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Trooper Baseball. Thorn Rider Park, Ernie Rodolini Field. Tied ball game, 4-4 heading into the bottom half of the 7th. Troopers will look to win this thing. It did not look like it was going to be the Troopers' day. They had a couple situations where they were second and third, 1 out or less, and they didn't push anybody across. And then the bottom half of the 6th, couple break through, and now we're 4-4 ball game. And the Troopers have a chance to win with Cale Hamrick coming to the plate. And after him, it's going to be Avin Barney. It's 2-3-4. So Cale Hamrick, Avin Barney, and then Tyler Reeson coming to the plate. Just the guys you want to see coming to the plate for the Troopers. Hamrick he's had a couple of hard hit balls go right to the right fielder. Just unfortunate situations there. Looking to maybe put one in the gap this time. He watches strike one from Saxon Smith. Here comes the 0-1 to Hamrick. Popped straight up the chute, up the chimney, if you will. Catcher's going to have to try to make a play, and he does for out number 1. Been kind of a tough day for Cale Hamrick. A couple hard hit balls and then a pop-up like that. Does not make a fun day for baseball out at the park. But there will be brighter days ahead for Cale Hamrick, obviously. One of the better hitters on this team. It's going to bring up Avin Barney for the Troop. One down here in the bottom half of the 7th. Here comes the first pitch to Barney. That one's outside for ball 1. Barney so far of the day, grounded into a double play, grounded into a 3 unassisted, and then has a single, came around to score as well. Here comes the 1-0. That one fell back into the net. So 1-1 count to the lefty, Avon Barney. Barney, I would imagine, probably going to pitch at some point during this tournament as well. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on, hit right towards the shortstop on the ground. Fields it cleanly, throw over to first for out number 2. Your classic 6-3 put out there. Now Tyler Reeson come to the plate. Reeson had a good day. He's had a good day at the plate as well. He's reached on a hit by pitch, reached on a walk, and then lined out. Hit the ball hard, but lined out to the third baseman. First pitch he sees from Smith. In there for strike 1. A little breaking ball that caught the inside edge of the plate. Oh, 1 count to Reeson. Here it comes. Swung on and missed. Reeson out in front of that one. That was another curveball. So no 2 count now to Tyler Reeson. And he calls for time. Troopers still tied 4-4 here. Bottom half of the 7th. Looking to win this one. Here in the bottom half of the 7th. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on and missed by Reeson. And we will go to extra innings. Here between the Casper Oilers and the Sheridan Troopers. We'll go to the top half of the 8th. You're listening to Trooper Baseball on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
The law offices of Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing has offices in Sheridan and Casper ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. Michael Lansing, McCole Soto, and Wade McCool provide competent local legal counsel focused on small businesses, real estate transactions, guardianships, employee protections, and personal injury. Michael, McCole, and Wade will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights 24/7. Proud to support all local youth activities.
Raise your hand if you're looking forward to spring or summer. All of us at Kilpatrick Creations certainly are. Family reunions, fundraising events, third Thursdays. Lots of opportunities for custom t-shirts, hats, and promo gear. Whatever you need to outfit your event coming up, Kilpatrick Creations is your best option in all of Sheridan County. We'll design your artwork, help you pick out just the right item for your budget, and in the end, provide you with quality, affordable custom gear. Only Kilpatrick Creations on Brundage Street in downtown Sheridan can do this for you.
The law offices of Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing has offices in Sheridan and Casper ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. Michael Lansing, McCole Soto, and Wade McCool provide competent local legal counsel focused on small businesses, real estate transactions, guardianships, employee protections, and personal injury. Michael, McCole, and Wade will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights 24/7. Proud to support all local youth activities.
Hi, this is Ken Balkenbush with Prime Rate Motors and Super Trailer Store, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
We are heading to extra innings here at Ernie Ronalini Field, Thornton Rider Park. Casper Oilers, Sheridan Troopers. First game of this triangular over the weekend, tied 4-4. Here going into the top half of the 8th. Oilers going to bring up 6, 7, 8 for their lineup, and we got a new pitcher for the Troop, Will Greer, coming in to pitch. It's going to be Brody Parks for the Oilers, leading things off in the top half of the 8th, and he hits one right towards Tanner Hamrick, but it gets by him. Diving effort there to the left of Tanner Hamrick, not right at him. Had to make a diving effort for it, but gets by him for a single for Brody Parks to lead things off. So Jack Nichols going to come to the plate. Right fielder. Made a couple pretty solid plays out in right field today. No outs, runner on first for Nichols. And that one fouled off first base side. 0-1 count now to Jack Nichols. Will Greer checking in on the runner over at first base. Brody Parks. Nichols scoring around a bunt early, and they're going to step off. Will Greer's going to step off. Now, Will Greer ready. And pickoff move over to first base. Gets by Lath Brown into first base foul territory. We're going to get a dead ball call, though. And it looks like we're going to get interference from the first baseman, and that allows a free second base, essentially, to the runner who was on first. I don't know if that was actually ideal. I mean, Troopers kind of caught a break there because I think it's all the way over to the fence in foul territory. We're looking at Brody Parks probably being at third. So with that pass ball like that over into foul territory on the first base side, there's a lot of room over there. And if that gets by, and that does get by Lath Brown, and without the interference, Parks is probably sitting at third instead of second. So nonetheless, Parks at second. Nichols ready to go. And here comes the pitch from Greer. Low for ball one. Nichols ready to go. 1-1 count now to him. No outs, runner on second. Oilers looking to take the lead top half of this eighth inning. Here comes the 1-1. That one's outside. Nichols scored around a bunt. Pulled back. It's a 2-1 count now. Couple of NBA playoff action going on right now. Magic were playing the Cavs earlier today. They had the early start, and the Magic beat the Cavs 112-89. Tied that series up to 2-2. Here comes the 2-1. That one's outside for ball three. On the ice last night, big win by the Avs. Take a 2-1 lead over the Winnipeg Jets, winning 6-2. A couple of big power play goals from the Avalanche. Kind of put that one away. So they lead that one 2-1. That series 2-1. It's a 3-1 count now to Jack Nichols. Runner on second. Here comes the 3-1. That one's popped. First base side. It's going to be in foul territory and out of play for strike two. In hockey today, Carolina Hurricanes tied with the New York Islanders 1-1. They're in their second intermission there. Three-two count now to Jack Nichols. And that one hit up the middle towards Cale Hamrick. He's going to have to go over to first for that one and gets the out from Nichols. Does move up Parks, though, over to third base. So one out, runner on third. Scoring opportunity here for the Oilers. Some other playoff basketball. The Thunder and the Pelicans have tipped off. They're in the first quarter. Early in that one chipped off at 1:30. And the Nuggets will go for the sweep of the Lakers tonight. That one tips off at 6:30 this evening. And you'll be able to listen. Or no, we won't have that one. I apologize. I almost teased you there a little bit. I apologize. Don't have that one. But you can watch it on ABC. Yeah, the Troopers having a meeting on the mound, figuring out what they want to do here in this situation with the runner on third. And yeah, the Nuggets looking to sweep the Lakers for the second year in a row out of the playoffs. Lakers have not beaten the Nuggets. I think it's in 14 straight games, if I remember something like that. Something absurd like that, 12 straight games. See if the Nuggets can do it on the road tonight. Here we go. Greer ready to go. Christensen up to the plate. The catcher, he fouls one back off into the screen for strike one. Christensen has had a very good day at the plate. He's been the RBI man. He's got two doubles, 2 RBI double and 1 non-RBI double, but 2 doubles on the day and 1 strikeout. 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. 4 total bags. And now a scoring opportunity once again with him at the plate. The Brody Parks, the runner on third. The infield is in for the Troopers. So anything they're trying to stop, they're going home. Here comes the 0-1. That one stopped nicely by Blaine Phillips. Very far outside for ball one, but stopped nicely again by Blaine Phillips behind home plate. One count now to Christensen. He fouls that one right back off into the screen as well. Another big hack there by Christensen. Now 1-2 count to Christensen. And here it comes from Greer. Swung on and missed. Good pitch by Greer to get the strikeout there of Holden Christensen. That's going to bring up the 9-hole hitter, Thomas Stokes, playing third base now. He started off the day in left field. Grounded out to the second baseman and has a single and a walk on the day so far. My Troopers would be very happy getting out of this one with the runner on third. First pitch to Stokes, in there for strike one. Quick 0-1 count to Stokes. 2 outs down here in the inning in the top of the 8th. We're in extras here. Tied 4-4. Here comes the 0-1. Foul back into the screen for strike two. See a couple doggos out here at the park today. Love seeing that. Doesn't love taking their doggo to the ballpark. Will Greer taking a step off, ready to go. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Thomas Stokes, the 9-hole hitter. And Greer ready to go. Here it comes. That one lined softly right towards Cale Hamrick, who makes the play for out number 3. So Troopers get out of a jam. Head into the bottom half of the 8th. The Troopers will try to win it again. Tied 4-4. You're listening to Trooper Baseball on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Raise your hand if you're looking forward to spring or summer. All of us at Kilpatrick Creations certainly are. Family reunions, fundraising events, third Thursdays. Lots of opportunities for custom t-shirts, hats, and promo gear. Whatever you need to outfit your event coming up, Kilpatrick Creations is your best option in all of Sheridan County. We'll design your artwork, help you pick out just the right item for your budget, and in the end, provide you with quality, affordable custom gear. Only Kilpatrick Creations on Brundage Street in downtown Sheridan can do this for you.
No shirt, no shoes, no problem. Online banking is fast and convenient with Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. If you have a smartphone, you can do your banking from anywhere, including remote deposit. Just take a picture of your check and send it. It's that easy. And you'll instantly have access to the first $200 available and the rest shortly thereafter. Yep, banking is that easy with remote deposit at Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello, this is Michelle Manival from the Sports Stop and Foot of the Bighorns, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Trooper Baseball. Saxon Smith still on the bump for Casper as we end to the bottom half of the 4th inning, still tied 4-4. Bottom half of the 8th inning in extra innings here. This first game of the triangular here. We'll have another game tonight between the Troopers and the Scarlets. We'll be back here for that one. That one doesn't start till later, about 5 p.m. It's probably going to be a little bit later than that, actually, with this game ending closer to about 2 o'clock. Scarlets, and I don't know who plays after the Scarlets will be playing, I imagine. And I think maybe the Oilers. But whoever's playing next probably won't get started until closer about 2:30. And they're going to give a little bit more time for the team after that as well. So probably closer to 6 o'clock start for that game. But you'll be able to listen to it here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, or you'll be able to watch it live on SheridanMedia.com as well whenever it starts. First pitch to Ethan Evans. Fouled back into the screen for strike one. And here comes the 0-1. That one's dribbled. Tough play by the third baseman. Good snag. Throw over to first. Gets Ethan Evans. A great play there by Thomas Stokes. He was playing left. Came over to third base. Makes a diving play there and throws out Evans. So hard hit number one, or hard hit out number one. And now Blaine Phillips will come to the plate. The lefty. And first pitch he sees is in there for strike one. Phillips, sack bunt on the day, hit by pitch and a strikeout. He sees a quick 0-1 count. Here comes the 0-1 from Stokes. Hit right back up the middle. That's going to get through for a knock from Blaine Phillips. Good piece of hitting there. Just took it and hit it right back up the middle over the second base bag for a base hit. So the winning run is on. And it's now going to be Riley Green come to the plate. Riley Green. An RBI hit by pitch, or an RBI walk, excuse me. He scores around a bunt, and that, I believe, hit him up towards the face area. That's one of the scary parts if you're squaring around a bunt. Got to be worried about something like that. It looks like he's up and walking around. I mean, if he took that to the face, he wore it like a champ. If he took that to the face. Looks like he's going to try to stay in the ballgame as well. Man, that is a little bit scary. I think it may have hit his helmet possibly. Or if it hit him like right underneath the bill, so maybe it stopped a little bit by the helmet if possible. But he's going to stick in there and he's ready to go. Wore it like a champ. It will go down as a strike, though, because technically he was squared around. So an unfortunate strike one. So here we go, 0-1 to Riley Green. And that one's fisted off into foul territory for strike two. Yeah, good luck trying to get him to try to square around a bunt again after that. I probably wouldn't. I'd probably ignore that sign if I got that from Coach over there on third base. So now an 0-2 count to Green. Runner on first. Phillips over there on first. One down here in the bottom half of the eighth. Here comes the 0-2. That one hit right at the shortstop, and then they're going to keep Blaine Phillips out in no man's land for out number 3. And that is a double play. Troopers have had a couple of those today where they have just been caught out in no man's land after a line out or a fly out for double plays. And that is out number 3. We're going to head to the top half of the ninth. You're listening to Trooper Baseball at 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
If you have employees coming to stay for an extended time in Sheridan, make them feel at home with a room at the Candlewood Suites. These extended stay rooms feature fully equipped kitchens, including a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding view of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll have more than just a room. They'll feel right at home. Call 307-675-2100.
Mossholders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Mossholders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Mossholders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Mossholders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Mossholders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season.
This is Patrick Johnson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
So we head to the top half of the 9th inning. Our second inning of extra innings. After they get the runner on first base. We're having a conversation here behind home plate. I'm assuming regarding what we're going to do if we go through another extra inning. If we're going to call it a tie. We had the Scarlets manager out on the field as well. Casper manager, obviously Troopers manager as well, all talking. And there is a conversation ongoing. We'll see what they decide. They're still probably going to play this half inning. I'm not going to say they're not going to play this half inning. But I'm assuming if we get past like the bottom of the 9th inning, we might see a conversation be had where we end this ball game in a tie. Again, it's just a triangular. It's not a conference game or anything like that. They're all just kind of getting work in at this point. We'll see what happens. We do have a new pitcher for the Troopers here. Cale Hamrick's going to come on the mound and pitch for the Troop. So he is the new pitcher in this top half of the 9th inning. Cody Pexton, will lead things off. The number 1 man on the Casper squad is in the leadoff hitter on the regular lineup. He watches ball 1 low. So 1-0 count now to Pexton. That one hit right back up the middle towards the new shortstop. And throw over to first is in time for out number 1. I believe it's Tanner Hamrick over there at shortstop now, replacing his brother. I think Will Greer went over to second base. That's going to bring up Eric Whitley. First pitch he sees a little outside for ball 1. So 1-0 count now from Hamrick to Whitley. Here it comes. That one's outside for ball 2. Still tied 4-4 here in the top half of the 9th. 1 out. Here comes the 2-0 in there for strike 1. Catches the inside corner with that one. This is one heck of a way to start off a triangular. Get 2 extra innings of working in the first game. And you still got a game later tonight if you're the Troopers. Here comes the 2-1. That one's dribbled third base side. Reason's going to field that cleaning throw over to first in time for out number 2. That's going to bring up Hunter Houck, the 3-hole hitter for the Oilers. Also the Oilers, not to mention, they probably play I think they play right after this. So they got 9 innings here, possibly 10, depending on what they end up doing. But 9 innings as of right now, and then they play right after. Get some food in you, and then guess what? You go right back out. Houck watches ball 1 in the dirt. Here comes the 1-0. That one catches the inside corner for strike 1. It's a good pitch. Hamrick working all over the zone, outside, inside. Here comes the 1-1. That one dribbled foul, third base side. So now a 1-2 count to Houck. 2 outs here in the top half of the 9th. Here comes the 1-2 from Hamrick. That one nearly comes back over and catches the inside part of the plate, but that's inside, so ball 2. Here comes the 2-2, kind of quick pitched Houck there, but Houck fouls it off out of play into the parking lot. So 2-2 count now to Hunter Houck. And here it comes. A little bit low for ball 3. So now full count. 3-2 with 2 outs. Top half of the 9th inning. Here comes the 3-2. That one dribbled up towards the shortstop. Now Tanner Hamrick, he fields it cleanly. Throw over to first. In time for out number 3. And the Troopers will now try to win it in the bottom half of the 9th as we're tied 4-4. You're listening to Trooper Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Have you been in to see Sheridan YO sports cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
You know what they say, if you're not first, you're last. For all your plumbing demands, choose A+ Plumbers and Appliance Repair. Commercial, residential, new construction, remodel jobs, and all repairs in between. A+ Plumbers and Appliance Repair, because they are number one in a number two business. Call 672-9454. That's 672-9454.
Hi, this is Brent Wolf with Sheridan Motors, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Ernie Radolini Field, Thorn Rider Park. We're going into the bottom half of the ninth, our second extra inning here. Tied 4-4. Troopers will try to win this one here. 8-9-1 coming to the plate for the Troop on the lineup card. I don't want to say who it is yet because I'm not 100% sure. It looks like it's going to be Will Greer coming to the plate, who will come in for Lath Brown. He came in and pitched, but replaced Lath Brown. So Will Greer will get his first plate appearance of the day. And we are ready to go. So it'll be Will Greer, then Tanner Hamrick, and then Tyler Hutton to start things off here for the Troop. This bottom half of the ninth. Still Saxton Smith on the bump for Casper. Greer watches strike one on the outside corner. So Will Greer ready to go. Saxton Smith ready to go. Here comes the 0-1. That one in there for strike two. Breaking ball catches the outside part of the corner. Outside part of the plate. Strike two. Saxton Smith putting a couple of few good innings of work here. Only runs that came across were not earned. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Greer was late on that one. And that is strike three for Will Greer. So 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Sits down Will Greer. That'll bring up Tanner Hamrick to the plate. Now playing shortstop after Cale came in to pitch in that last half inning. He's ready to go. Here comes the first pitch he sees. A little bit low and outside for ball one. Billings Scarlets out in the Babe Ruth field. The 1-0 outside for ball two. Out on the Babe Ruth field warming up. Sitting idly and ready to get their game underway. And I believe they're taking on the Casper Oilers, this team. After this, here comes the 2-0. That one's outside for ball three. And then I think they'll leave, and then the Royals will come in tomorrow, and the Troopers will play the Royals first tomorrow at 10 a.m. Here comes the 3-0. Outside for ball four, 4-pitch walk for Tanner Hamrick. So now with one down in the inning, Tyler Hutton will come to the plate. Hutton's had a pretty solid day at the plate. He's got 2 singles, and he's grounded out twice, so 2 for 4 on the day for Hutton. Hutton ready to go. Hamrick over and scored a bunt, but pull back for ball one. It was a little bit high and outside. 1-0 count now to Hutton. And here it comes, squares around again, pulls back again, and watches ball 2. We have hit the 4-hour mark here. Started at 11, 2 o'clock now in the afternoon, 4 hours. 3 hours. I'm good at math. 2-0 count now to Hutton. That one's high. For ball 3, I got here at 10, so 4 hours for me. 3 hours officially for game time. Hey, you know what? I joined radio. They did not say, hey, James, you're going to be doing math. So that's why I'm not. 3-0 count now to Tyler Hutton. Here it comes. In there for strike 1. Hamrick over at first base. Hutton trying to bring him home, win this game. Send everybody to lunch, essentially, and then come back for the late game. 3-1 count now for Hutton. As Hamrick gets his lead over there. Lay down a bunt. Good bunt by Hutton. Another solid one. And throw down a first in time for out number 2. So a good sack bunt by Hutton. Puts the runner in scoring position for Cale Hamrick. Somebody else, as Riley Green was earlier, somebody that felt like he was just trying to avenge his previous not bad at bats. I'm going to say bad at bats, but not capitalized on at bats, I would say. And now Cale Hamrick, similar situation. He's had a couple of hard-hit balls that have not landed, and now he's got a chance to win the ball game here with his brother on second base. Here comes the first pitch to Hamrick. In there for strike 1. So Tanner over on second, Cale at home, and Cale looking to win this ball game for the Troopers. Tied 4-4 in the bottom half of the 9th. Here comes the 0-1. That one's low for ball 1. One count now to Cale Hamrick. And here it comes. That one hit hard right at the second baseman. Second baseman fields it cleanly. Throw over to first for out number 3. And that will retire the side once again for the Troopers. Good job by Saxton Smith to get himself out of that jam once again. And as it stands right now, I'm looking around. And we head in to the bottom half of the 10th. You're listening to Trooper Baseball here at 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Planning for a busy summer tourism season? Be prepared for extra business with First Federal Bank & Trust Cash Management Solutions. Our local cash management experts will help you streamline your cash flow and minimize risk so you can focus on delivering exceptional service to your customers. Visit efirstfederal.bank to contact our cash management team today. Make this summer your best yet with the help of First Federal Bank & Trust, Sheridan's only mutual bank. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Mandolyn Meyer with Hospital Pharmacy. During construction, Hospital Pharmacy downtown will still be open our regular hours and our parking lot is still accessible from Gold Street. However, if you don't want to fight the construction, we'll come to you. For a small $2 delivery fee, we can bring your prescriptions to you. Just give us a call at 672-2426. Whether you stop by Hospital Pharmacy downtown or have us deliver, we hope to see you soon.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Trooper Baseball. 10th inning here. Heading into the 10th inning. We got a new pitcher for the Troop as well. It's Tyler Hutton. I don't know how I'm even going to keep track of the book. I'm doing my best here, but Tyler Hutton's coming in to pitch. There's somebody in center field. I think it's Ethan Evans. Evan Barney. Thank you. All right, so we got California rules. That is the call. That means there is going to be a runner on second here. That's how we're going to start. Just got the call from the ump. So runner on second to start things off. This is, they call it California rules, but this is Major League rules now, essentially. Runner on second to start things off. No outs, top half of the 10th. And here comes the first pitch from Reeson to top, I believe this is the 4-hole hitter, Saxton Smith. Smith has been the pitcher here today for a large portion of this game. Came in relief and watches ball 2. Hutton on the bump here. And at second base as the runner. Get a name. I'm assuming it's just the last guy that was up. And that would have been Hunter Houck. Here comes the 2-0 to Saxton Smith. That one's inside for ball 3. So a 3-0 count now to Tyler Hutton. Or, excuse me, to Saxton Smith from Tyler Hutton. And here comes the 3-0. That one in there for strike 1. So Hutton trying to work back from 3-0 count with the runner on second. And here comes the 3-1. That one popped up. Right field. Pop up. It's more of a fly ball. That was hit pretty well on the right field. Runner is going to tag from second base and get to third base. So a productive out there by Saxton Smith. I thought that was hit closer to the second baseman than it was the right field, but that pushed back the right fielder a little bit. So now a runner on third for Casper, and it's going to bring up Ryan Devereaux. He started out at DH, now is playing left field for Casper. And first pitch he sees, a little bit low for ball 1. And the 1-0 a little bit high and outside as well. So now 2-0 count to Devereaux. Here comes the 2-0. That one's lined into left field. It's going to bring a runner home, get past Riley Green in left field as well. That's going to allow a run to score. Devereaux is getting over to second base. Ball still had not been picked up yet. Runner throw to third, and out at third base is Ryan Devereaux. So he's out at third, but he does get the runner home. So that makes it a 5-4 lead for Casper. Tried to stretch a surefire double into a triple and gets thrown out at third base. And that's going to bring up Brody Parks with no one on and 2 outs. The 5-4 lead now for Casper. Here comes the first pitch. He dribbles one over shortstop side. Hammer picks it up, throw over to first in time for out number 3. So Casper retakes the lead, 5-4, as we head into the bottom half of the 10th inning. You're listening to Trooper Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Hi, this is Nicole Christensen with First Bank of Wyoming. Making smart financial decisions for your future is important. That's why First Bank of Wyoming offers a large range of deposit products to meet your financial needs. Whether you're interested in CDs, savings, checking, or money market accounts, we'll make sure your finances are safe, secure, and FDIC insured up to the allowable limits. We also provide a variety of banking services such as online and mobile banking, bill pay, and more. Find financial security at First Bank of Wyoming. First Bank of Wyoming, division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC.
Let's work together to make Sheridan County cleaner and greener. Hi, this is Kim Hall with ERA Carroll Realty. Join us May 4th for Trees for Trash. Clean up your house and yard, and if you're a city or county resident, you can bring it all to the city landfill for free, and you'll get a Colorado blue spruce seedling. ERA Carroll Realty. We're about more than real estate. We're about family, friendship, and community. We'll see you at the Sheridan City Landfill on Saturday, May 4th for Trees for Trash from 9 until 2.
This is Jamie Barkell with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Trooper Baseball. Ernie Rodolini Field, Thornton Rider Park. We're heading into the bottom half of the 10th inning. We are in California rules as home plate umpire Mr. Daniels. I used to call him Mr. Daniels. He was a math teacher at the high school, so I never knew his first name. I just call him Mr. Daniels. He called it California rules. It's just Major League rules. We have a runner on second base now to start the bottom half of the inning as well as the top half of the inning, just like the Major Leagues when we go into extra innings now. And Evan Barney's going to start things off at the plate. It's Cale Hamrick on second base. And we'll see what transpires here. Casper do have the lead, 5-4. Taking the lead here, the top half of the 10th inning. And Evan Barney, the 3-hole hitter for this Trooper team, will get things started. 3-4-5 coming up for the Troop, with Cale Hamrick already automatically on second base with the new California rules in place here. And here comes the first pitch to Barney. Square around a bunt. And almost a really, really good bunt, but rolls just foul on the third base line. Landed on the third base line, essentially, but kind of twisted foul after that. The NHL, Islanders have taken a 2-1 lead over the Hurricanes. They're in the third period of that one. Islanders trying to avoid a sweep in that series. Here comes the 0-1 to Barney from Hamrick, squaring around again. That one's a little bit high, pulls back for ball one. After Islanders, Hurricanes, Panthers are looking to sweep the Lightning at 3 o'clock. That one starts. The Avs don't play again until Sunday, tomorrow. That one will start at 12:30. We're going to take a 3-1 lead over the Winnipeg Jets. Here comes the 1-1 to Barney. Square around again. That one fouled off again back towards the catcher. And that's an out. Or no. Is it 1-2? 1-2. Yeah, it's a 1-2 count. It's a 1-2 count. Evan Barney started running over towards the coach because he kind of fouled off of the umpire. I thought he was out because of it, but it's a 1-2 count. So that was the 1-1 pitch that he fouled off into the umpire. So now a 1-2 count to Evan Barney. Still no outs. Runner on second. Cale Hamrick on second. Looking to tie things up here. Evan will be swinging away here. And here comes the 1-2. Fouled off into the screen behind home plate. Still Saxton Smith on the bump for the Oilers. Done a lot in relief for the Oilers today. I think he's gone about 5 innings. Close to 5 innings. Long day, especially coming in relief. Here comes the 1-2 to Barney. That one hacked away. Foul out of play. That was up towards his face, and he kind of just swung at that one, but fouled it off nonetheless. So 1-2 count now to Evan Barney. Cale Hamrick gets his lead over at second base. And here it comes. Swung on. That one popped left field. It's going to be a tough play. It's going to be in foul territory. The left fielder's going to field it cleanly and get the out for out number 1. Good play with the left fielder. That was a long run over there in foul territory and gets Evan Barney out with the fly out. That's going to bring up Tyler Reeson. 4-hole hitter. Been playing third base today. Hamrick stayed over there at second on that fly out, so not a productive out per se. Reeson ready to go. And Smith ready to go from the stretch. And we get time from Reeson. Now Reeson ready to go. Saxon Smith ready to go. And here comes the first pitch to Reeson. And that one's chopped. Front of home plate. Pitcher's going to field it himself. Throw over to first in time to get Reeson for out number 2. That moves Hamrick up to third base. So 90 feet closer, but 2 outs now in the bottom half of the 10th inning. That's going to bring up Ethan Evans for the Troop. And down to their final out here in the bottom half of the 10th inning. Here comes the first pitch to Evans. That one's in there for strike one. And swing and a miss by Ethan Evans for strike two. So now the Troop down to their last strike of the day, or of this first game, I should say. Here comes the 0-2. That one a little bit high for ball one. That was about as close as it's going to get in the upper part of that zone. So 1-2 count now to Ethan Evans. Cale Hamrick over on third. And here comes the 1-2. Check swing. No swing, according to the umpire out in the field. Tough call. I mean, that's a umpire standing over by second base. You can check swing, and they're kind of going to go with whatever the home plate umpire says regardless, because they got the same angle over there at second base. So 2-2 count now to Ethan Evans. 2 outs here. Casper leading 5-4. Runner on third. Here comes the 2-2. That one hits Ethan Evans, so now the winning run over on first base. And that's going to bring up Blaine Phillips to the plate. Try to, at the very least, tie this game up. And if you can put one in the gap, maybe even win it. With Ethan Evans over on first base, Cale Hamrick on third. 2 outs here in the bottom half of this 10th inning. As we switch to California rules in the top half of the 10th, putting a runner on second to start the extra inning off. Comes the first pitch to Blaine Phillips. That one's lined into right center field. It's going to hold up for the center fielder, and that is out number 3. The Troopers fall 5-4 in this one after a hard-fought game. They were down early, 4-0, battled back in the bottom half of the 6th inning, tied at 4-4, and then with the California rules on, Casper came around to score in the top half of the 10th, and then nothing doing in the bottom half of the 10th means 5-4 loss for the Sheridan Troopers. We'll be back for the second game of the day. It's going to probably be closer start closer probably to about 6 instead of 5, given how much longer this one took than what was expected with extra innings and whatnot. Casper will now take on Billings, the Billings Scarlets, and the Troopers will play the Billings Scarlets as well at about 6 p.m. this evening. We'll have that one live for you as well. We're going to go back to regularly scheduled programming for a little bit. We'll be back here closer to about 6 o'clock, and we'll have that one for you as well. And we'll be back tomorrow as well for more baseball, 2 games tomorrow. And we'll have it all for you right here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO. We'll be back right here closer to about 6 o'clock this evening. You've been listening to Trooper Baseball, 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, and watching live on SheridanMedia.com.
Cheers to 90 years.